Hey guys, today we're going to go over ChibiReview. We're going to go over who he is. We're going to go over some past controversies. We're going to go over what Hasan said about him. We're going to go over what Twitter said about him. And we're going to go over just a couple of other different factors about the anime community at the time. And then we're going to go over what the Anime Snob said about him. By the way, one of the most well articulated messages I've ever heard. I mean, this guy really cuts him down in the course of 3 minutes. I was left speechless. Really, you can't say anything more. It covers the GoFundMe scams, it covers the racism, covers the Renee Good, covers the hitting his ex-girlfriend with a shovel. In this video, you'll find a couple of great things. Be sure to go down in the chapters, but one, I find someone I went to high school with. Crazy stuff. And two, I left my this cam on for quite a bit. So I'll make sure I add in the chapter when it starts, when it ends. A lot of it is over redundant stuff that maybe people who know ChibiReviews already know about. So thank you. I hope that you enjoy. Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking up the controversial career of ChibiReviews. He's big in the news. I have no idea who ChibiReviews is. So, we're going to figure out who he is, and then we got a video of Hasan Piker reacting to the Fiancé situation. I understand the Fiancé situation a little bit. Tough stuff. That's all I'm going to say. He had a very rough go, and I want to figure out who he is so I can know if I should feel sorry for him or not. I'm just joking, of course. Now, I don't know who ChibiReviews is. I know what a chibi is right here. So Dokkan Battle has a couple of chibis that are released in their Patan Battle. You see, like, exaggerated head, small body. It's almost like a caricature. Yeah, okay. So it's like a small caricature, exaggerated features, whatever. It's really not that important. But I wonder what they're going to be discussing, because sometimes chibi falls into the realm of what I like to call like lollipop enjoying, and if that's the case, it's going to be kind of hard to feel bad for a breakup, because the internet has a long history of these internet anime guys who kind of push what they're doing a little too far, and it changes how their partners react to them, right? So I think when Digibro transitioned, that was a lot, and his girlfriend cheated on him. Him passed, and unfortunately that was just a byproduct of all the changes that were going on. Like, should she have cheated? No, she should have broken up. She's 100% responsible for what she did. But it is interesting that some of these guys will change everything about them so much, and these women will just be by their side until they can't. I'm quite sure there's got to be other YouTube dramas that react in the same way. Anyways, I'm rambling really over nothing. If this guy is what I think, maybe a little bit of a lollipop enjoyer, maybe the breakup was warranted. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe the breakup was a little warranted.
To movies, to music, you're gonna have an opinion, and you have to realize that many people may not agree with certain opinions. This seems to be the case with the YouTuber ChibiReviews, whose opinions and actions
Bro, do you see what he has on his back wall? Look at this. You can't be having that blue hair lady on the back wall. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. She's almost naked, bro. The other picture where the 3 people are sitting. I mean, this guy looks like anime's prime victim. Like, this guy looks like a victim of the anime industrial complex. Anyways, this picture is okay. That blue one is a little too sexual. You can see her navel, you can see her belly button, you could... Jesus.
Have created a cloud of controversy that follows him everywhere he goes online, even spilling over into his personal life. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to give a...
Called it. Called it. Again, sometimes YouTubers do goofy things online and they get clapped back. That's a clap back.
Quick shout out to my guy Hood Genius. He helped me with some of the research on this video, finding certain things that I didn't really know and stuff like
Ninja emoji. Ninja emoji.
that. So if you would be so kind, leave him a follow on Twitter. I'm gonna leave his link
Is this Spider-Man 3? Is that what this is? Eddie Brock action?
in the description. Let's get into the video.
Love Topher
But
Grace.
before I get into anything,
Whoa.
here's a bit of backstory. Jacob, aka ChibiReviews, started off as an anime review channel in 2013, with his earlier videos being based on reviewing certain anime and manga like Golden Time, Log Horizon, The Big Three, Attack on Titan, and many more. It seemed like when any new
I know 4 of them, and I've heard of Log Horizon.
anime or manga was released, he reviewed it. As time went on, Chibi was sprinkling gameplays and vlogs, but not like the ones you see from creators today. The vlogs would be in his room surrounded by his collection of manga and figurines. If you couldn't tell, he was truly dedicated. And he began
Okay, this is quite interesting. So back in the day, there were so many YouTubers who were like this. Not Mr. Anime. He was too busy shooting his family. Let's see here. One that I personally really liked was Arcane. Let's see. Okay, so let's do Clanad. All these guys did this. Okay, perfect.
The following review may contain minor spoilers to the anime Clanad and its eyes being as big as their hands. Character traits borderlining on the completely fantastical, and plot lines not entirely realistic, from mystic curses to shape-shifting females.
Yeah.
And above all, they all have moments that will make you sad and depressed as f***.
Is that his name?
So,
2013, bro! Come on, that's ridiculous. Wow.
the story of Clanad specifically is not too much different from your typical visual novel. You have your main male protagonist, in this case Tomoya, who over the course of the series becomes surrounded by a group of females, all with different traits, personalities, and, well, problems.
There's just something so magical.
It ends
about
up being
Clanad.
Tomoya's
9.44.
Sister, what
So
is
true.
it?
Absolutely true. Look at him.
Name,
Wait. He dresses
Nagisa.
up goofy too.
When I switched to the dub, it is very annoying to me.
It
when
is
I
very
instead
annoying.
hear Nagisa, the putting the emphasis on the incorrect syllable, and it's frustratingly annoying.
Down. Maybe he kind of dresses up like Michael Jackson from Rhythm
Which to
Nation.
describe
Right there.
this show. In fact, I don't actually think a proper word actually exists, because Gurren Lagann is very stupid, but surprisingly effective. So
Hell
combine
yeah.
those words and you get
Hell yeah, brother.
stufective. Add an adverb in front of it, and now we have super.
Okay. Anyways, this is a big genre back then. I think I know Giguk blew up like this. I don't know about Joey the Anime Man. I believe he would have to have done this, blown up like this. Let's just like this video quick. He would have had to kind of grow like that. Let's get into the video. But yeah, no, this is massive. This was a massive anime review form. I actually don't know how they were able to have so many clips in. I don't know how copyright works, obviously. I'll watch like Destiny review a Jubilee clip, and I'm like, that's wild. How are you getting away with that? Anyways, so let's get into this a little more. I'm sorry for the rambling. Glass Reflection, he was just so good. And he's still doing it. All these anime guys are still doing it, which is like a testament to how amazing they are.
Beginning, ChibiReviews almost always had a positive attitude towards most anime and manga because of his love for it, but he was honest. This straightforwardness would allow him to garner a sizable community whom he refers to as the Chibits. He always showed his appreciation for his community by staying consistent, and they would even send him fan mail. On January 4th, 2016, ChibiReviews hit the 100,000 subscribers mark, cementing himself as somewhat of a household name in the anime YouTube community. With over even send him fan mail. On January 4th, 2016, ChibiReviews hit the 100,000 subscribers mark, cementing himself as somewhat of a household name in the anime YouTube community. With over 450,000 subscribers at the making of this video, it's safe to say that ChibiReviews is known in the current anime reviewer space. But constantly having tens of thousands of eyes on you opens the door for conflicts to happen. Starting with his brief spat with another YouTuber by the name of ThatAnimeSnob, aka Peter. ThatAnimeSnob.
I don't know ThatAnimeSnob. But you know who, I'm sorry for interrupting, you know who did good anime reviews too? Mother's Basement. I remember like Mother's Basement wasn't really respected in the space, but I think he proved himself.
His name is pretty fitting. He basically goes around spreading hate in video format on anyone who enjoys or has certain opinions about anime. Through the years, Peter criticized so many creators in the anime YouTuber space, from the likes of Gigic, for Neverworld, The Anime Man, and of course, ChibiReviews. ThatAnimeSnob has probably spent the most time of his YouTube career talking about Chibi and basically harassing him for every little opinion he has, even dedicating an entire playlist titled Practice What You Preach, Chibi, that he still adds videos to this day. Most recently, he talked about Chibi's lawsuit, very important information that ties into another situation that I'll explain in further detail very soon. So Chibi finally responds to ThatAnimeSnob in 2017, giving his thoughts on it.
For the past year now, this certain said individual, ThatAnimeSnob, has been making videos. And overall, I have been pretty much ignoring them. I've seen them off and on. I've seen many comments and all that talking about it. Started a little while back, probably like at the beginning of 2016, a little bit earlier before that, maybe at the end of 2015, he started making videos on me. I can deal with people doing that because it's just how life is. People are going to be like that. That's just how it is. Regardless of just being YouTube, that's just how it is. And anywhere you go, anywhere in life, there will be people that will want to put you down and pretty much break your legs for you can feel shit about yourself and make it feel better. And so overall, I pretty much accepted that, you know, obviously not everybody is going to like me. Many will hate me. And
okay, I have no idea what this guy has done yet, but I will say he has a good head on his shoulder when it comes to internet drama. So when was this? Like 2016, 2017, around the time that he was getting 100K? Because I think that little YouTube frame is a 100K button. Could be wrong. Could be 10K. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I will say, I mean, as a relatively young creator of like 3 years, you know, he's doing pretty good. He's handling this pretty well. Because I don't know this internet snob guy, but I feel like he might have been baiting. You know, sometimes like snarkers bait and they try to just get a reaction so that they have more ammunition. Sorry, let me just check. What was the guy's name again? ThatAnimeSnob Chibi. Do we got anything good here? We got Chibi review here. The Chibi Snob. I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, but I am seeing this.
Oh, buddy boy!
Bro.
This has been a long time coming, hasn't it? ThatAnimeSnob is a fucking idiot. For those who've never heard of him, ThatAnimeSnob is an anime YouTuber whose career is built on making constant short videos. He puts out a video almost every day, usually 2 to 6 minutes long, sometimes up to 10 minutes long. And his persona that he puts on is of someone who is always right. He has all the most correct opinions. Everyone who doesn't agree with him is wrong and has bad taste. He loves using taste as his buffer for why he's correct and other people aren't. And for what it's worth, doesn't have bad taste. I mean, you could pretty much take what is the most...
Which is a smart thing. Like, oh, bro, it's so hard. Like, I don't know how to refer to Trixie right now. This is Trixie. Dead name, Digibro. I will say Trixie. It's so hard for Trixie to like admit, because when you seed ground, sometimes it's like hard to take ground elsewhere. By saying that this anime snob has good taste, it's kind of hard to say that he's wrong in how he's approaching things. And I know that they're two different things, but I feel like Trixie just ceded a lot of ground.
Acceptable taste to have and apply it to a person, and that's pretty much what he's got. You know, he likes Legend of the Galactic Heroes and all these, like, these classy feeling, you know, tightly written shows. I don't blame him for that. I don't blame anyone for liking those kind of shows. They're good shows. But he's taken it as, I feel this way about these shows, and everyone else is wrong. Anyone who doesn't like these shows the most, they're wrong. Anyone who likes other shows, other than the ones that I have accepted as the best shows, they are wrong. And he presents it all with this pompous, aggressive attitude, where he attacks other people for feeling differently than him. And aside from his anime analysis and review videos that he does, most of what he does is try to create drama between himself and other anime YouTubers in order to bolster his own channel, in order to get him bigger. And believe me, his drama videos get like most of the views on his channel. He keeps making them because they attract an audience who wants to see someone shit on bigger.
I'm gonna watch this later on my off time, actually. Listen, I know for a fact that Destiny totally made Digibro look dumb, and quite a few people, or Trixie, Destiny made Trixie look dumb. A lot of people have made Trixie look dumb, but we get out of this like philosophical debate circle jerk, and then we find that like Trixie has pretty like normal opinions. This internet snob looked like he was just out to get clout. Anyways, so we got pretty like good context of what was happening in the anime sphere at this time. 9 years ago. Yeah. So that would have been 2016. That would have been around Chibi being pretty big. Okay. Well, it's nice to hear from another voice, right? Because like it's hard, but like statements are only as strong as the evidence behind them. And I believe we just got some good evidence.
That's just how it is, and so you just gotta live with it. To give a little bit of explanation, the anime snob, he's went on the lines to say, I'm pretty much a YouTuber, I'm a trash person, I'm in it only for the money, and I'm a man-child, childish, immature. I know for a fact I'm not the best YouTuber, I know I'm not the best reviewer, and I know I'm not the best person in the world.
Whoa, again, I would not cede this ground. I wouldn't go say I'm the best or anything. But like, you have an amazing setup. You got a great eye-catching background. You have a good voice. I haven't seen one of your videos yet. Maybe that would have been a good idea. But I feel like you can't be as bad as this guy is saying if you got so many views, right? Like this guy, he says you're in it for the money and you're not good. I mean, these are kind of like two not relevant... I'm sorry, these are like two not relevant points, right? Like, pick an argument. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. It is that time of the year once again. I remember when this shit got announced last year. Now it's coming. Boku no Hero Academia from Studio Bones in 11 days and 8 hours. It is going to be airing.
Oh, that started almost 10 years ago. I feel like the show.
I'm just going to say right now, Chibits, I'm a big manga fan. I've been reading the manga since it first started. Like, since the first fucking chapter came out. Like, since the first time chapters getting translated into English, I've been with the series. That's how long time of a fan. I'm
My
probably
Hero's the only one
been
that
with the series
survived.
since the beginning.
This
With a bunch of
Beyblade,
fans, I've been with
no
Boku
one
no Hero
watched it.
Academia.
Just
And
so
I'm
you
gonna
know,
say
no
this
one
right now:
watched it.
Studio Bones making the anime. I have faith they'll do a very good job with it. I'm looking forward to it.
What do
It's
the
definitely one of the
comments say?
series I have on my radar more than anything from this upcoming season, besides JoJo, of course.
Oh,
But Boku no Hero Academia getting a fucking anime. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, it's gonna bro. It's probably gonna be anime of the season, besides
I
JoJo, of
bookmarked,
course.
like,
But
20 of
Boku
them.
no Hero Academia,
Rip real life.
if done
You
right,
can definitely start
if
Ace
done
Attorney if you haven't
right,
played the
if
game.
it's done
It's
right,
gonna be a
adapted right,
retelling
and
of
it
the game
ends
story,
after
so
the
it might
Stain
shock you
arc,
more than those
I could
who've
say
already
this
played
might be
it.
probably the anime of the
Look at
season,
it.
besides
Look.
JoJo, of course.
Here's a pretty
Definitely,
active
easily probably one of the
community,
best
too.
anime of the season.
Oh god. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't do something bad.
Made many mistakes, and I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I admit that. Regardless of me being absolute probably. Point is I enjoy what I do. And I have fun with what I do.
That's
and I
good.
upload what I want to
good. That's what we
upload.
want.
I admit that YouTube is my only source of income. It's
I'm gonna
pretty
call
much
this
my
guy
job.
King, and then
I
I'm gonna go
admit
like,
that. I will not lie to you.
He actually killed 50 people in a massive bombing at the IRS. ChibiReviews spent so many years bro, ChibiReview, he better not end up like Mr. Anime.
For the
please.
past year, ThatAnimeSnob has continued to constantly make videos, putting me down, taking my video clips and then putting them into a video, kind of reorganizing a little bit to make me look pretty much like a dumbass. I'm just honestly very worried about ThatAnimeSnob. And I'm not even joking about this, because for a man to spend an entire
face
year
of anime
dissing on a 21-year-old, are you lonely? I'm not even joking about this question. Are you lonely? I mean, I understand everybody can have an opinion. It makes me curious why someone would go so far to try to make someone feel horrible, or make someone feel like they shouldn't be making videos.
You know what's crazy? Now 21-year-olds have like way more responsibility put onto them, socially speaking. Like, if I saw a 21-year-old, I'd be like, whatever, you're gonna make some mistakes, blah blah blah. But like this guy now, a 21-year-old dating a 20-year-old is a topic of conversation. Like the whole Call Me Carson thing. Come on, guys, that was ridiculous. Carson dated a girl who was a year younger than him.
Overall reception to Chibi's response was a lot of support, which I'm sure didn't sit well with ThatAnimeSnob. After garnering a significant amount of scrutiny for how harsh his content was, which included a video mocking the death of Chibi's brother who took his own life, ThatAnimeSnob's main channel will soon be terminated in July 2017 for violating YouTube's TOS on harassment, leading to him uploading on a backup channel of the same name. As far as harassment goes, how harsh his content was, which included a video mocking the death of Chibi's brother who took his own life, ThatAnimeSnob's main channel will soon be terminated in July 2017 for violating YouTube's TOS and harassment, leading to him uploading on a backup channel of the same name. As far as harassment goes, Chibi is no stranger to it. In October of 2022, after posting a joke,
Well, that's it, folks. Wrap it up. Denji X Makima has sailed. I'm into the Denji type. Okay, so they call it like a relationship, and people are shipping these two characters, and has sailed means that the ship is real.
joke about two characters from the Chainsaw Man anime. He was harassed by thousands of Twitter users in the form.
Jesus. I'm gonna... What is that for word? It could be the R word, or it could be the K word. I think it's gonna be the K word. You'll get an interesting package on your door. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Robin yelling at Starfire. Yeah. Okay.
Form of death threats. Now let's talk about Chibi's
Why?
infamous tweets about the popular anime Dandadan, which led to probably the worst time period of Chibi's online career.
Bro, isn't that show like huge? Was it a Netflix show? I don't know. That show's huge.
On October 3rd,
What do you
2024, ChibiReviews would post a
didn't like
tweet
it?
saying the animators didn't need to go so hard for the scene. Over a clip from the Don
After having sex with you, we will extract your uterus and your banana for research.
anime of a female character potentially getting assaulted. This tweet left people in the comments questioning why he would
You could have chose any other moment in this episode, but you chose the one where she's getting SA'd.
pick this scene to point out as opposed to any other scene that had good animation, implying that Chibi had malicious intent behind his tweet. There were also other comments calling him a PDF file. The next day on October 4th, Chibi posted a tweet saying, "How do you think Twitter will react to this being animated?" Showing a scene from the Dandadan manga and implying that this scene was of sexual nature. This tweet would get a lot of traction, having over 9 million views, with many Dandadan fans.
If I ever saw you in real life, I would stomp the brainstem out of your head and split or spit on you, shaking corpse. Spit on yo, shaking corpse.
Quote tweeting him, calling him a gooner and a child lover for being into lolly. Something that
What? What was that one? What was that word?
things would quickly reach the point of no return.
We need to bring back killing annoying people. Is that it?
Calling him a gooner and a child.
We need to. I don't know what that word is. Oh, damn. I'm so bad at Wordle.
Lover for being into lolly.
that is.
Something else that I'll get into later on. Now things would quickly reach the point of no return after ChibiReviews got doxxed, having a lot of his personal information leaked online, from his address to actual pictures of his house, opening the door for many people to send more death.
I 100% condone his doxing, and I hope that they don't tweet it ever again. Oh, that they don't tweet ever again. Bro, I'm so bad at reading. ChibiReviews brother in hell getting cracked as we speak. Jesus. We still smoking on Eddie.
Threats and post pictures of his late brother's grave mocking him. ChibiReviews will drop a video in response to the situation, saying that the ones responsible stem from the Boruto community, saying that he also has the means to protect.
What? What did he do to the Boruto community? Oh my goodness. Listen, Boruto is not it. Boruto is not Naruto. This is crazy. Oh, do you see something about Sarada? Sasuke's daughter? Did you say something about Sasuke's daughter? Is that what's gonna happen? Bro, that is so crazy. Stunting on his dead brother? Come on, bro. Come on.
Himself and has plans to file a lawsuit for everyone responsible.
So I have been doxxed. My private information has been leaked online. My full name, where I live, pictures of my house, pictures of my dead brother's grave.
Show the picture.
And mocking my dead brother's grave on top of that. And then, on top of all of this, continuous amounts of death threats. This video is being used as a paper trail for I can show to my lawyer, also the court system, because I am going to be filing a lawsuit against the individuals that are responsible for doxing my private information. We escalate all this that's been happening for the last few days to the point to where my private information has been doxed, and now the threats or death threats that I have been receiving are all more real. Very much real when someone posts pictures of my house and my brother's grave. So thankfully, I live in Tennessee. I don't live in California or anything. I'm able to legally own a gun. I've owned this for a while, and I'm going to tell you right now, if anyone wants to pull any stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. That's all I'm going to say.
As I stated a moment ago, Chibi claims that the people responsible are Boruto fans.
Now that the dox post was removed, proof members of the Boruto community doxed me. Here's the individual that did this with his alt account, and you can easily find how he interacts with Cree, and a known Boruto fan that slandered me almost 2 years ago. Also, I'm Namek. Okay, so that's cool. Tell people about your alt. Go use the Dragon Balls to resurrect your half-brother. That bruh needs that shoot. This dude is capping. You do not need to care about him. He is a Naruto fan. I'm a Boruto fan. I tweet about bro. How are there Boruto fans? That's so cringe, bro. Boruto sucks. Also, a lot happened. But Chibi just blaming Boruto fans for everything is just funny. Because I'm the one who... Or, I'm the who... Because I'm the who leaked him. LOL. And I'm a Boruto fan. Bro. What the hell? Okay. The Boruto fandom has motion? I do not believe that. I do not believe that some 50-page a month manga has any motion. I do not believe that having to like totally cripple, let's see, having to cripple like Naruto is not a good fandom. And also, like, didn't they do Boruto 2? Twin Vortex. Okay, yes. Boruto Twin Vortex. I mean, look how bad the art is. No offense, Kishimoto, but what's going on here? Look at this. It's so bad. That's kind of cool. He kind of looks like Sasuke there. That's pretty cool. Let's see. She looks like a hooker. That looks like a ghetto Mazda monster. Anyways. Is this code? Boruto 2 Blue Vortex has not fixed a big villain issue from part 1. It's making it worse. Anyways, all this to say, I'm surprised that they have motion because that manga sucks, the show sucks. The characters, quite frankly, are not the best. There's a couple cool ones, like Jigen is cool, but I mean, this behavior and this doxing is less embarrassing than the Boruto fan stuff. I'm sorry.
This conclusion is drawn after someone with the username Namek623016 on Twitter, who is a Boruto fan, admitted to the doxing due to Chibi having a very weird and questionable history of being a lolly.
Okay. What's the face stand for? I didn't stutter. Boruto fans taking irreversible damage today.
On top of being seemingly okay with incest. But it didn't stop there. I'm guessing this
I'm at my wits' ends. Like, they're actively trying to dox everything, hacking into one of my accounts, and they're just posting CP on it. They are trying to get my phone number, and they are trying to involve my other family members. Anyone, please anyone, I beg you, help me. Jesus Christ.
the same people who leaked these things hacked into Chibi's old profile on the art website DeviantArt.
Remaking the post without links. Someone hacked into my old DeviantArt account from 10 years ago. They are now posting actual CP on there. Please report this account. They are currently trying to get into more of my stuff. Bro, I wonder, did he post it in the past and now is blaming people for fake hacking?
To upload cheese pizza, which would eventually get deleted. If you don't know what cheese pizza means, I hope someone can help you in the comments, but I obviously cannot say it on YouTube. I do want to stress that I don't agree at all with sending death threats, hacking, or doxing someone, no matter how weird they may act online. It puts innocent lives and people's loved ones in danger while almost never making anything better. If they are truly what you say they are, I believe reporting these actions to the proper authorities is the best course of action, providing sufficient evidence for them to conduct an investigation. I also believe that awareness should continue to be spread on said people in order to remind everyone that their actions cannot be tolerated or normalized. Another thing I really question is why the perpetrators who are seemingly against Chibi because he is sexually attracted to fictional characters that are minors have explicit and illegal photos of real minors just readily available to post to his profile. This was literally the worst way to go about outing someone. There are also people saying that ChibiReviews allegedly had these pictures already saved on his profile, and I don't know how truthful that is, but it's just disgusting on both sides. This entire debacle would leave a lasting mark on ChibiReviews' career. He didn't make things any better. In another incident literally 2 months ago, on January 6, 2025, he quote tweets about a 15-year-old character, Mina Ashido from the...
Can we talk about Mina's cake? Mina is the pink one. Animators and artists went crazy on it. For real though. Are you stuck in 2019 with posts like this? She ain't real. Ooh. Damn. Stop sexualizing 15-year-olds. Fictional or not. Damn, Chibi, come on. Sometimes when like people have like lower views, they're gonna get a little more controversial. You know how easy it is to just not ped post? Like, it's so easy to not ped post, and you could just do other stuff. Like, you could be openly racist now, and you could get people fighting with you. Ironically, it almost looks like ChibiReviews is kind of becoming a provocateur in the same way that the anime snob was a provocateur. Quite interesting.
My Hero Academia series, referring to her butt. He did the same exact thing, sexualizing another character that was a minor in reference to an assault as recent as March 14th, 2025. These two situations will leave a sour taste in many people's mouths, causing more issues down the line for Chibi, as people constantly reference it online. Remember when I said Chibi doesn't make anything better with these type of things that he posts? Yeah, this next tweet is probably the worst of them all. On March 19th, 2025, ChibiReviews posted a tweet saying, "You know I'm about to get a lot of flack for this, but here it is. Lolly doesn't mean that you're a PDF file. My stance on this will never change because watering down words only helps actual criminals. If you find it weird, so be it. People have a lot of mixed stances on this, and that's fair."
You know what? This is something that you would say when someone, let's say a woman, goes to the police and falsely files an SA event. Some kind of like touching or something, right? And then it's like, oh, well, you filed a fake report. A lot of people were emotionally invested in it. They feel rug pulled. They don't want to emotionally reinvest into an actual case that happens into the future. They don't want to emotionally reinvest into an actual case that comes into the future. So you have harmed the narrative for real victims. And I look at this and it's like, you know what? It's close enough. Lolipops and, you know, actual Preds, they're close enough. You know what I mean? Now here's the thing, okay? You think of Pred, you think like a real adult child. But really, it doesn't have to be. There's tons of non-offending Preds who look at the pictures and will justify looking at pictures in the same way that they justify looking at the pictures of underage kids. I don't know where I stand on it. I think it's kind of gross, quite frankly speaking. But like, if it's a question of legality, I don't know where I stand on it. I know that like we're in this weird era. Let me just pull this up, okay? Look at what this is. And you're gonna tell me that Lollipop is okay when this is possible? Let's pull this video up.
A Florida teacher is facing 25 felony charges after allegedly using AI to create child sexual abuse material featuring his own students.
Another one.
Exactly. So this is that weird middle ground. Because AI is not real, right? AI, you could take a student's likeliness, put in AI, and animate it, and then you'd be at the same location. And that's obviously not okay. There's a real victim here. They say there's no victim with Lollipop. I don't know who the victim would be. But regardless, that's kind of like where I'm at legality-wise. I think that these two are so close that it's almost, you know, they're almost touching. I would have to see like a correlation between the Lollipop watchers and people who are non-offending. But remember, this is like a crime where like this guy offended without actually hurting a kid physically. So anyways, what I'm going to say is that you're not watering down the definition of a pred, because a pred is someone who does almost everything the Lollipop enjoyer does, before contacting the victim, but the lollipop enjoyer is looking at a cartoon. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Like for instance, okay, one last thing on this. If I'm reading a love story about a 21-year-old and a 25-year-old, and the whole thing has to do with power, right? It's talking about power dynamics. That's an okay story. It's realistic. Two adults meet each other out in the wild. If I hear a story about a 19-year-old doing the same thing with a 15-year-old, or let's say 20 and 15, that dynamic radically changes, right? And now we're at this point where it's like, oh, well, I have anime that's telling me the story of the 19 and the 15-year-old. Don't worry, it's fake. The plot line's fake. But now I'm thinking about the plot line. I'm thinking about this idea more and more. It's, you know, I don't want to be mean or anything, but it's because Japan is such a conservative place that these kind of activities are looked on.
However, let's not help people that do actual crimes get away with hurting others. Anyways, that's my stance. Hate me if you want. This tweet was seen by almost 2 million people, with people in the comments going against him as always, calling him a PDF file.
Go take a shower. If you find sexual drawings of animation of children arousing, then you will find children IRL arousing. Simple as that. I don't know about this. This is the thing where I'm kind of pulled apart, because, like, you know, a real kid is so much different than what an anime kid is. You belong on a list. I don't know, man. If I were to go to someone's house and see that they're loaded to the rafters with beer bottles, it's usually safe to assume that they're an alcoholic. I'm not in favor for banning drawings either, but it's still a weird thing to be into. What a well-articulated analogy. Anyways, I don't know, Kino.
File. And rightfully so. You're basically saying that calling someone a PDF file for being sexually attracted to anime characters that depict children makes what defines a PDF file lose its meaning, which I don't agree with for obvious reasons. If you display traits of these types of people, I'm gonna put you in the same boat. The same thing goes for scammers.
This is so true. It's a behavior. But a non-offending a non-assaulting pred and a lollipop enjoyer may not be acting in the same ways that we would see a traditional predator. So I don't know. I get what he's saying, but we would just have to, like, I don't know. I'd have to see specifics on it, quite frankly.
Murderers, etc. That same day, Chibi would drop a video further explaining this tweet.
An old video resurfaced a long time ago. It was an episode review of Barakomon. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. I remember I said this character was extremely cute, and I said she's like a lolly of the season. She was extremely adorable. People clipped that, and then they started, spreading that everywhere, and it led to a lot of people to get ammo against me, and eventually it boiled up to the surface to where the Dawn to Dawn post happened back in October, and also the stuff that, transitioned after that, all the other slander and defamation. Basically, people started calling me a because of, like, me saying a character was very cute and, like, lolly of the season. Since then, more or less, I've just tried to ignore it, not really talk too much about it. At the end of the day, lollies and stuff, they're not real. They're just drawings on a page. They're not harming anyone. That's what it is. I more or less am saying this just to get my stance out there for my words aren't twisted. At the end...
Well, like, here's another thing, right? Like, what do you mean... Like, what are you trying to say? There was that picture of that 15-year-old from My Hero, right? What are you trying to say about the cake? You know what I mean? Because to me, it sounds like you're trying to, like, highlight how sexually attractive she is, as opposed to even how good of a character design is. Or, like, maybe you're just pointing out that she has a fat behind, a fat bottom, a big rump, if you will. But, like... Then again, like, why are you pointing that out? And I'm not gonna say, like, oh, it's weird, blah blah blah, but, like, I'm just like, what are you trying to convey with these statements? Because, quite frankly speaking, I don't think it's crazy to jump to the conclusion that you're saying, "Oh, this is hot. Why are you guys worrying?" Well, I
At the
don't
end of the
know.
day, it's not real, it's fiction, it doesn't harm anyone. If you find it weird, that's completely a-okay. And that's why I even make this stance right here with
Ergonomic.
this sentence. It's completely fine if you think it's weird, you don't like it, fair.
Now, in my recent video about Heavenly Controller, I stated that the definition of lolly or lolicon to be
Bro, Heavenly Controller is wild. And that whole allegation thing was like, I think it was creepy. I think if he didn't look like such a dork, maybe it could have worked. He blew up so quick, bro, and all he had to do was just say flash step. He'd be watching like an anime, um, he'd be watching some like anime clip, and he'd be like, "Oh, bro, just flash step behind him," like just talking about uh Byakuya's like normal move that he would use in Bleach, even though anyone could do flash step, but he would just like drop these lines, and his videos would do so well. I remember watching his Doki Doki. He did this full Doki Doki playthrough. Really great stuff. Anyways, this dork here, uh, he started hanging around with a posse. Like he got like a group of guys to hang out, and he's like partying all the time, right? And okay, he was friends with her. This is a porn actress named Violet Myers. Um, they started hanging out and doing content. He started doing content with all these people and all of his boys. And the one time he got an allegation, everyone left the house except for this girl that was still in his room or the washroom and then leaving, and then him. And he tried to make a move on her. And then the internet canceled him. And you know what? Like, bro, can I tell you something? This little shrimp ain't doing anything. This little shrimp ain't hurting a girl. Violet my bro. Man, if it happened to Violet, like Violet would just lay him out, quite frankly speaking. I love it. Anyways, bro, the drop off was real. It was so real. This guy had everything. Like this guy was just so popular. I don't know what happened to him.
a genre.
He could even how do I say this without like being a creep? But like he couldn't even use his fame to get girls. Like this girl's like, ew, you're gross. I'm not attracted to you in any way. I'm not even attracted to your fame. You know, sometimes, as President Trump said, women just get so excited by you, they let you grab them. This guy had no riz. And I bet you he was pulling some no riz game too. Like, hi, how are you? Let me flash step over to you. Poor Heavenly, bro. Like this guy, come on. He threw it all away.
Of
Act
fictional
like a
media which
fool.
focuses on young-looking girl characters, particularly in a sexually suggestive or erotic manner. The male equivalent of lolly is referred to as a shota. From doing further research, I found that lollies and shotas do not necessarily have to be sexually suggestive or have erotic.
Okay, that's interesting. See, this is what I mean by like conveying what you mean. Like you could just say like, "Wow, they gave her a really big butt on that My Hero lady." But you could also be saying like, "Oh, she's caked up." And I know like these are the same kind of words, bro. I know that these are the same kind of words, but it sounded like Chibi was being like super sexual with it. Let's see this. I am not your online puppet. Oh my god, we gotta watch this. I'm so sorry. Look at the views. Poor bro. Bro. Is this his new channel? Did he delete channels? Oh yeah, you know what? He had like tons of channels. Heavenly. Let's just see. I don't know why. You know why? He was probably getting like DMCA'd or whatever. Heavenly anime. Yeah, he was probably getting DMCA'd all the time, right? Let's see. I don't. The G cup idiot. Look, Gooner bait. Gooner bait. Okay. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see.
So I'm making this video specifically for this channel because every time that I take a break from posting after some weeks, I always come back to comments of people saying the same stuff, and this is a recurring thing now, so I'm just used to it. So I just have to keep addressing it. So this channel is the live channel. And I'm talking kind of quiet because it's kind of late right now, but this is my live channel. This is not the main channel that got deleted for copyright years ago. This is the channel where I upload the VODs and the clips of my Twitch live streams. Now, when I initially blew up on my main channel,
look how bad he is.
I've always been posting for years and I was getting no views. And then between like 2016 to 2020, I was making videos on mods and anime reactions. Those videos blew up and they went viral, and I started getting a lot of views for that. That was cool, that was fun. But that was never my main content. I always did all types of stuff. I react to anime, I play games, I vlog, whatever I'm inspired to do. Now, I've never really chased clout or things of that nature. I've always tried to build a community off of the things that I'm interested in. So if you watch my videos because you share my interests and you want to hang out and you want to consume content that I produce, that is what I'm here for. A lot of people come to my videos and they leave comments and they're talking about the views and the follower count. If you watch my videos because you need a bunch of other people to also watch it, this content was never for you.
Okay. I just asked ChatGPT, and it said that his average views were, Jesus, he did 2,000 videos. His average views were 86,000. I'm so sorry. I got so distracted. I really got so distracted.
Erotic traits. They can basically be characters who can either appear younger than they actually are or actually be minors. It's mainly a matter of appearance, and that's where people have issues with people that enjoy these things. With that being said,
she is 500 years old. She's a vampire queen, not even a princess. It's totally okay.
I firmly stand on my stance that being sexually attracted to this form of media in any way, shape, or form is disgusting. I don't care if it's a quote-unquote harmless trolling for interactions on Twitter. It's weird. These type of people seriously need help. You're attracted and aroused by a fictional character with traits favoring that of a child. Liking Loli/Shota is pedophilic in nature. There's no difference. You're still attracted to the characteristics of a child. Feel free to leave any sort of think pieces in the comments about what I said. I don't care. Through the years, ChibiReviews has talked about everything anime and related under the sun, but there's one thing I have yet to find Chibi speaking about. It's almost as if he's just avoiding it. That very thing is the current state of his fan base. Based on skimming through his comments on YouTube and Twitter, it seems like his old fan base that weren't as toxic is currently being uprooted by his current fan base, which is a conglomerate of racist lolicons whose job is to be ready at a moment's notice to defend Chibi against the next person who calls out his actions. One example is when another anime YouTuber by the name of Yearbud Tevin, in response to Chibi's infamous tweet about,
look at this one. She was actually the head of the vampires the whole time. I remember this show. It was a good show. She wanted to be famous. I don't know, bro. I'm so sick of this eye patch thing. Am I allowed to be like mean for a second? This grosses me out. What do you have under that eye? You know what I mean? I don't even think she had an eye. Could you imagine that? That's the main character. This is actually a pretty good show, except for her. I think like this whole thing was totally unnecessary, but whatever. Anyways, she's actually 500 years old. So, you know, she's older than me. She's taking advantage of me.
Loli says that he can't wait for the video essays to come out about him in 2 years. Chibi and his fans used Tevin's tweet to say that Tevin couldn't wait for kids to be harmed to get a victory.
Chibi, the spiteful, you say daily, would take me years to catch up on you, slimy little worm. You talk big until people call you out, and then you fold like a beep. people have asked nicely for you to stop, so I'm gonna tell you to shut up because that's the nicest thing I could say. So instead of answering the question, you name called me and wish for me to harm children to get your victory. Am I reading that right? Foo 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 foo. Thanks for proving my point. What question did you ask in that post? I said video essay. You said harm children. I'm talking about your fall off. I personally don't care what the point you think you're making it
on
was.
Chibi, but Tevin says that he was referring to his inevitable downfall. Tevin was also met with racist replies calling him a hood weeb, which is something I noticed Chibi's community uses to degrade black anime. And
aren't like black people the biggest consumers? I said black people, that's crazy. Isn't the BIPOC community one of the biggest consumers of anime? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's it. Yeah, that's just racist. Come on.
and manga fans.
Like,
the word hood weeb is described as a black American who likes anime combined with the slang weeb, a person typically of non-Asian descent, heavily interested in anime, manga, and Japanese culture.
Yeah,
the earliest known description of the word hood weeb, according to Know Your Meme, is from a 2021 entry on Urban Dictionary. But I would say it gained most of its popularity from the recent doxing situation. It started when a user on Twitter used it as a joke in that situation, but it later transitioned into a racial slur. This is due to a lot of people in Chibi's community saying that the people responsible for leaking his information, disrespecting his brother on top of hacking and posting cheese pizza on his DeviantArt account, were all black people, which has never been proven to be true, and I doubt it ever will. The blame placed on black people on top of Chibi not debunking any of these claims has opened the door for people to use the word in a racist manner when referring to black people who like anime. And look at these responses from his
like with the current political landscape. I mean, we're past it now, but with the run up to the American presidential election, I'm sorry, black people are on the chopping block. Like, were you watching any political discourse? Black people were getting it bad. They were saying that black foreigners, black migrants, were eating cats and dogs. I mean, come on. Come on. You think that Chibi had a hand in this? He got to have the worst fan base ever. Open Twitter. First thing I see is a post with 16K likes. Happy my brother is dead. You people are truly vile beings. You hate me so much that you'll justify it's okay to slander my deceased brother. It's black shonen fans. It's always them. See, like that person right there. Everything was fine when anime fans were. See, like, I don't know. It's not Chibi, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chibi became a little more alt-right or whatever the current admin is, because he is getting bullied into that sector, and you know that sector has a lot of Chibi-like people in it. It sounds like bro's been like pretty harassed pretty hard. He's definitely not acting optimally, but he didn't say black shonen fans. He's not saying anything here. I gotta see
his fans on the day that the doxing happened, saying that black,
because these racist bots are in every community on Twitter. Twitter's a disgusting cesspool.
shonen fans were behind it, and that everything was fine when anime fans were mainly white and Asian people. If you don't see a problem with this, I know what you are. I'm not surprised at people calling him racist when he's enabling racist behavior, allowing it to run rampant throughout his community. Another instance of his fan base being unhinged is with the use of the word tourist as an insult. After doing some research, I found out the word tourist started off as an insult referring to someone who was a fake fan of anime. This insult is also used to express disdain for people who either 1. enjoy the most popular anime, aka mainstream fans, or 2. are not into certain tropes in anime like lolly, shota, incest, etc., and find those things to be downright weird. Again, it's not surprising how people who are into these things want to gatekeep the disgusting interests. As for the present day, ChibiReviews continues to be hated for his past and current actions. As recently as early last month, Chibi had his Twitter account disabled for almost a day, leading to his enemies cheering at his rumored demise. People are also editing his profile picture he uses for his brand to say that he's racist, among other things, and have turned it into a meme. Chibi stated that he does not have any issues with the edits as long as
For clarification, I don't care that it was edited, but the intentions, especially if you go to that comment section, is malicious. If you want to edit my profile picture, go ahead. Just keep it in good
they're
faith.
kept in good faith and not with malicious intent.
My haters have been slandering and harassing me basically daily for the past 7 months now. Their newest attack on me, which is honestly at this point I can't even really consider it attack, because it's pathetic and hilarious, because it really does make them look bad. Like, it actually makes them look very bad, and I'll give context to that in a second. Their newest attack against me is apparently to grab my profile picture I use for social media and YouTube and edit them into many different variants of me. And it's very clear the intentions at first when these edits did start was definitely malicious. But somewhere along the lines of people doing these edits of my profile picture, something happened. Like, they lost the point of the sauce, and they, instead of trying to slander me and make things that obviously make me look, let's say, either racist or basically the second coming of or whatever, or supporter of racist groups, they now have went full circle and they started creating edits of me that legitimately are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, some of these edits are legitimately cool, and it, like, I want to point out, these are my haters doing this.
Constant harassment and prior situations are the reason why ChibiReviews is currently pursuing legal actions against everyone involved, even going as far as starting a crowdfunding campaign to pay for lawyer fees. The crowdfund has raised over $16,000 of the $25,000 goal at the making of this video, with his naysayers accusing him of pity farming.
Yeah, I have been continuously targeted by harassment. I've tried to ignore it. I've tried to completely push it away as much as possible, but they keep coming after me. They keep wanting me gone. And I guess one reason why, like, to really talk about this whole situation, they want to call me they want to call me racist, and there's no evidence for this, by the way, but I'm going to just state it right here, right now. I am going to be doing a crowd fund. I'm going to be opening up a crowd fund to be able to fund the lawsuit that I'm going to be, you know, starting against all the individuals that are responsible, not just for the doxing and the harassment of my family, but also those that have actively participated in defamation against my very name, either calling me a or racist, and all sorts of other vile rhetoric. They actively, you know, they're going to be facing charges. I want to try to get them. These same people will say, I have no reason to do a lawsuit. They will say there is no evidence of doxing. They will say that I am trying to scam my viewers, my followers, into donating for a funding for this lawsuit. And these same people will straight up put a hit on my head and say, we need to get rid of this man.
Another situation I did forget to mention was Chibi being accused of being an abuser by his ex-girlfriend Sam. This situation...
Wow, guys, I am so sorry. I know those people. I backed up. I rewinded a little bit. I know those people. I had to call my friend. I went to high school with them.
Scam my viewers, my followers, into donating for a funding for this lawsuit. And these same people will straight up put a hit on my head and say, we need to get rid of this man.
Another situation I did forget to mention was Chibi being accused of being an abuser by his ex-girlfriend Sam.
Yeah,
this situation allegedly happened 2 years ago, was revealed by his ex on Twitter last month. Now, I don't plan on getting into that based on the fact that I don't know what happened in their relationship, nor do I care. Only they know for sure what happened, and it's not my place to speak on it. But Chibi did respond to these claims in a video titled I'm Done, and from the support I'm seeing, he probably debunked her claims. To ChibiReviews, aka J.
So, while I was waiting, while I was in between things, I was actually, like looking up some stuff about him. He's a little more of a degenerate than JBM Fargo is letting on. This guy is he's like a Trump sycophant, and then you get that mixed in with the Lolipop and the racism. This guy's kind of like Nux Taku.
If you ever see this video, just know you opened the door for a lot of these things to happen. You rage baited and farm engagement by saying the weirdest stuff online with prior knowledge of how damaging the internet could be. You know people have sent you harmful things in the past in response to their opinions, so I would have expected you to navigate better, but I was wrong. How about this? From now on, think about how people will react when you make certain posts on a public forum and know what comes with it, especially with your controversial history. Like I said earlier, I don't agree with the doxing or any of the things that happen to you because there are better ways to go about it, like I explained. But you can't poke the bear by saying things that borderline of f***ed up or are f***ed fucked up in general, and then be surprised that people will go to such lengths to prove a point. You can't play victim after continuing to post offensive tweets on a platform full of people that want to ruin your life, and I've already made somewhat of a successful attempt at doing so. You're not naive. I'm sure you've seen certain situations similar to yours based on you being online for most of your life, and in most cases like these, it's almost perfectly avoidable. Just look at ThatAnimeSnob. The man dedicated an entire year of his life talking about your every word as a middle-aged man with a family. That alone should have made you think, maybe I should watch what I say online, especially about being sexually attracted.
That's unhinged behavior. I don't know if he was talking about the lollipops back then, but that's unhinged behavior from someone to do. Talk for a year
to young anime characters, because people are crazy. But you won't do that because you're setting your ways of what you enjoy. You would think after experiencing trauma, someone would not continue to say the weird things with the intent of pissing people off. It comes across like you want these bad things to happen again. All I'm saying is be prepared for what saying certain things online comes with. Just because something is fictional doesn't mean that it does not imitate or depict the actions of real life humans.
Yes.
The human mind was used to create the type of media you enjoy. Remember that. That's the reason why people are alive.
Great video. There's nothing to be added after. Good video. I will say, I don't know who this video is for because they're missing out on a lot of controversial things. Now, here's something I found. Well, bro, I know these people. Like, this is crazy, bro. I went to high school with her. Pokemon went to high school near me. This guy here, actually, great musician. He's such a great musician. I used to watch his bands play. Bro, that's so crazy. Okay, let's go. What do you guys say?
Not even.
This is Cam Nuggets. I'm gonna like it, because he has the info that I need. So let's go over what that last video showed us. Racism, rage baiting, understanding the effects of rage baiting by being the victim of it. We have him defending underage drawings. We will definitely get more into everything. I'm going to find a oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Sorry. The Twitter's wild. So we'll look at that in a second. But anyways, I think that video went a little light on some of the accusations that are being said. Jesus, bro. Okay. So let's start this. This is Cam Nuggets, ChibiReviews.
Even a week has passed since ChibiReviews has come out to announce that his fiancé cheated on him with his best friend of 10 years. He has now decided to come online and post a video angry that a piracy website has banned explicit content of lollipop characters. Little people. Yes.
It's ironic.
By the way, this is I don't know what to think about this. It seems like a pretty fair ban. It doesn't feel like it is a ban that would leave them open to getting sued. Sometimes if you ban certain speech as a website, you lose your publication status. At least in that case, let's see. UK anti-lolly laws. Lollipop laws. Wow. Okay, well, let's see this. UK law strictly prohibits the creation, possession, and distribution of all indecent images of children, including AI-generated or lolly content that appears to feature minors. The Protection of Children Act 1978 and Online Safety Act 2023 make this illegal, with up to 10 years of prison for possessing said material. That's interesting. Look at this. As of 2025, a new stricter law explicitly bans AI tools specifically designed. So, again, it's like this guy. It's just like this guy again. I know I already showed it, but
A Florida teacher is
this guy here. He took pictures of his students, and then he made AI pornog of it. Okay, anyways. So it's a law. And the reason why we looked that up was because it explicitly mentioned the UK somewhere here. Let's see.
Manga
Lollipop characters. Little people.
Did it?
Yes. It's ironic, a manga piracy site that houses thousands upon thousands of manga they do not even own suddenly care about laws and want to remove icky fictional content from their site.
Putting out this tweet. Mangadex has an admin virtue signaling over fictional content. Keep that word in mind, fictional content. He loves saying that when he's
signaling. And you know what this guy's doing? He's vice signaling for people who are fans of the underage. Look at this. Look at this. Oh wow, this is recent. This is so recent. We got the same post here. Mangadex has an admin virtue signaling United Kingdom forcing censorship stop. Bro, this is what these freaks want. They want freedom of speech to show pictures like this, which is a free speech issue, quite frankly speaking. The ability to distribute.
Referring to again minors that are cartoons, but we all kind of know the implication of seeing a minor as a cartoon doing disgusting things, right? United Kingdom forcing censorship on them and mass copyright.
So he's going. Sorry, I don't want to show this on Twitter, but he's going ham, bro. He's going so ham on this lollipop thing. It looks like to me he found a niche that has people talking about him. Wow. Yeah, it looks like he found a niche, and these anime guys just they get off to the idea of like women being as immature as them. This is wild, bro. Anyways, Jesus, bro, Jesus. Okay. Anyways, sorry. This is the free speech that he wants. He wants the ability to post these pictures everywhere. He is having a great time. Jesus, bro. Sorry. He's having a great time using this lollipop topic to... Oh my god. Bro, his Twitter is garbage vile. Anyways, to get attention. Now, I don't know how far he's leaning into it, quite frankly, but this is why like anime is having a hard time becoming popular. This is crazy. Anti-lolly and pro-censorship government. What is this? Caught on the Epstein file. Like, but like, bro, you would support the Epstein file. Like, the people on the Epstein files. Sorry, I'm looking for... There's like a special... There's like a special... Fortnite, bro. You can't be playing Fortnite and being this. Jesus. Oh. Okay. Again, he harkens back to the Epstein files. Anyways, they arrest someone over a fictional game. The people in power in the same country are connected to the files. Reset the clock. But what we're seeing is that your profile. Okay, this is crazy. I am I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to get lost in this Twitter, but his Twitter is like super offensive. Okay, okay, let's go. We found it. Okay. This is it. This is it. Okay, so let's watch this. So as we understand, he has a history of like advocating for um Lollipop and saying that's a thought crime, like Winston when he
Right
got
takedowns on their platform.
absolutely
So
murked
let's
by
talk
O'Brien.
about it. And are they becoming an official company? If you notice, like, nothing really about this thumbnail kind of gives anything away. Okay, cool. I mean, oh well, Banny's about
Let's
that.
see.
40 or so hours. I'm not going to act like it. But what I do know, though, is that this individual right here, this staff and admin, which if you go to Cheese's post here, if you scroll in, this admin joined them back in 2024. So this is a very recent addition to their platform, literally post-COVID era. And they're obviously doing the traditional virtue signaling, drawings are real, all sorts of stuff, and honestly, I feel undermining actual victims in real life. And pretty much...
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. You're probably doing a little bit to perpetuate it. So here's the thing, okay? Let's say I like Lollipop, but I don't like the kids. I might be more sensitive to people who actually do like kids, because I'm not going to see it as a big deal, because I enjoy Lollipop. The kids in the TV show are okay. So the ones
this
in real life
admin,
should be
clearly,
okay as
there
well.
is an agenda being pushed here that you see time and time again with certain people within the
What's the
community, and it's clear that Mangadex is compromised, disregarding the potential possibility of it going corpo or anything like that. There's clearly some compromised staff that obviously is, I'm just going to say, they're tourists. They're individuals that want to...
So as we understood from the last video, tourist means someone who only watches the big three or isn't into extreme fan service. You know, in Dragon Ball, your fan service is like Super Saiyan Blue. Like, if you get Vegito going Super Saiyan Blue, that's like, that is the best fan service you can get. Here, as a tourist, you're missing out on the fan service of straight lines, you know, straight parallel lines.
Bend and change Japanese culture, but also they want to remove anything icky content within fictional content because it upsets them.
Now for context, this is the tweet that he's referencing in this video. Mangadex is removing titles that depict sexual activity between underage characters, citing the law as the primary reason. Again, if you're a normal person, this...
The reason why they're probably doing this and they're removing a bunch of different things is probably 3 different reasons.
Oh, by the way, he only hates Epstein, probably because Epstein's Jewish.
You have an admin that obviously is trying to virtue signal, and they can't separate fictional content from...
What admin? Keir Starmer? Is that his name? Keir Starmer. This guy? If he were to be virtue signaling, it's probably because of this guy. No, thank you. Wow, that's wild. Okay. If this law is in effect, it's probably as a reaction to British Trump. Look at this guy. This guy kind of looks like British Trump. Interesting. Bro is straight up zooted in there. Anyways. Is that your admin? What a... Like, what... I don't know.
Reality,
I don't know what the current
they
political
think
state
a drawing
of
is a
Britain
real
is
person,
right now.
which I think is wrong, because I feel like that really lowers the gravity of actual victims. Like,
But again, if you were to take a real victim, animate the scene of their abuse, animate it, and then distribute it, wouldn't that also have an equal amount of stress and displeasure and trauma onto them? Like, I don't know what this guy's saying. This guy's saying, like, the stupidest thing. Like, this is like a level 1 thing that he's throwing out. Well, I just think if it's not exactly a black kettle, it's a white kettle, you could be misinterpreting or lowering the effect of a black kettle. Like, it's goofball. It's cornball
I'm just gonna
stuff.
say it. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room.
Okay, come on.
The Epstein files. You have this horrific shit that is just being revealed in these Epstein files.
Bro, you would like the Epstein files. There's a lot of teenagers in it. There's a lot of teenagers in the Epstein files. He seems to be quite a fan of teenagers.
It is horrible. It is so evil.
This guy doesn't... I would be very surprised if this guy read the Epstein files. What are we talking about? Oh, we... See, like, it was almost a mistake to release the Epstein files because it's going to be like weaponized the same way as that Hillary's private server was, and Hunter Biden's laptop, and Russian conspiracy, Russian collusion. These are all nebulous frames, nebulous terms, ideas that are just used to, unfortunately, be used as a boogeyman by people like this. Come on.
I can't really even compare it. It's just so horrendous.
Just tell me
and the
what's in
fact that people can compare a drawing, nothing that's ever had a soul, never existed, not referenced to anything, it's just a drawing on a piece of paper or a pixel on the screen, to compare that with actual victims, like, for instance, within the Epstein files.
Whoa, okay. And here's, like, the falsehood, okay? No one is comparing it to a real person. No one's comparing it to someone who was assaulted. They're just saying you're depicting an act. No one's saying that someone actually got hurt. They're just saying you depicted the act. So, quite frankly, it's a little disingenuous talking about this.
Is so beyond gross to
Obviously.
me. It's insane.
Now, the irony is he misspoke and literally said, I don't even know how to compare them. Yes, because you cannot compare them. No. You cannot say that, like, oh, Lollipop content isn't bad, actually, because the Epstein stuff is worse, right? Like, that's like saying, oh, well...
That's exactly it. And then on top of that, he would say, we don't want to say that the Epstein stuff isn't as bad. And we don't want to downplay Epstein by calling this obviously good thing over here bad, like Epstein, or else people are going to think that the Epstein files were good because these lollipops are good. Everyone knows these lollipops are good. I love a good lollipop. I go a lick-a-lacka. You can't lick-a-lacka the files, right? So obviously these lollipops are just so good. The Epstein files aren't good. So if you compare them, people are going to say, you know what? I might start licking the Epstein files. You know what I mean? His bias is reading so heavy throughout this whole video, and I don't know if he understands exactly what he's saying. I don't even need to make an analogy. He's saying that people will like the Epstein files because obviously Lolly is good. Lolly is a moral good. And you know, hey, if you even try, you could be hurting victims. Get out of here. Come on. What am I, stupid? What was I born? I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
Like, sex trafficking isn't that bad because, like, the Epstein stuff is worse, right? Like, yes, some things are worse than others.
Good one. Okay. So, basically, that's what we're looking at. So, I want to go here, okay? So, the reason why my energy is so different now as opposed to earlier. Earlier, I'm like, you know what? This is just like an anime guy, and he's a little weird. He might have had a moment of extreme autism. Then I saw this, okay? So let's read this. Been a while since I made a filter post to get people to block me. So let's see how many I lose today. Fictional incest is hot. Lollies are a body type. Drawings aren't real. If you think fiction is real, you're a schizo. You can say retard. I am a retard. I have a speech impairment. Follow policing is... Oh, follow policing is retarded and just a virtue signal. Now, follow policing is in just using the Epstein. Oh, ChibiReviews follows Epstein, so that means he supports Epstein. Or Donald Trump follows ChibiReviews, meaning that he's signaling to some old stupid man. Anime isn't inherently political. Interesting. Interesting. Anime is absolutely inherently political. All art is inherently political. Manga is not inherent. What does he think it is then? That's weird. I wonder what he thinks. Their art, all art is political. It reflects the user, the author. I'm sorry, the author's perspective of the times or of a specific crisis. Let me roll back. Let's see. What is new 2026 winter anime? Disney's making anime now? Come on, bro. That's wild. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can make any of this. Oh, right here. In a world where heroism is punished. Bam. Political. Mappa. Mappa's pretty cool. In a search for clues to the elixir, Gambimaru and his group arrive to the castle of Tensin, the monsters who rule the island. Bam! Political. Monsters rule the island. It's talking about like royalty and a structure. Yeah. Okay. In Conquest. Mappa's doing a lot. Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know. What is this? Sosuno Freren. I don't know. She's a grandma though, right? I heard that was good. Let's see. No synopsis has been added to this title. Political. The story enters a new stage. It's been 6 months since Pop In 2 was released. Thanks to Okay. This is political. This is talking about mental health. Betrayed by his childhood friend and cast out of the hero party, Orandura once loyal chanter. Okay. Political. Man, these shows are just all rip-offs. No synopsis has been added to this title. No synopsis. These are, man, anime is getting lazy. All these shows are the same. Okay, let's see this. This has to be a good one, right? When Arisu Yamabuki was all alone in bed at night, he was able to find solace in the voice of the radio host who went by Apollo. However, one day she simply stopped broadcasting without any explanation. Then years have passed, and Arisu is a second-year high schooler. That's political. Thinking that you being in high school is the only time where you can make effective change. I think that's a very political statement. He doesn't know what she looks like or even what her real name is, but manages leave some clubs, broadcast club. Yeah. I mean, you could even boil art being political down to the fact that the author, a company that just pumps out anime like A1 Studios, would be, of course, trying to make what they think that people want and trying to make what they think people would buy. You're not a racist if you dislike to talk about politics. Interesting. I think you like to talk about politics. Kiss X Sis is great, but Aki Sori is just as good. Okay, well, I don't know any of them, but let's see Aki Sora. Ever since he was a young child, Sora Io Ow. Sora Blue always exchanged words of I love you with his attractive older sister, Aki. Now, as he comes to age, he finds it much harder to exchange such comforts as they did in those simpler times. When Aki demonstrates her feelings towards him to go further beyond a sister's love, Sora finds himself questioning his feelings for his sister. Realizing their affection for one another, they consummate their love in secret in a society that would never understand political, and not just because it's society, but it's a conversation about taboo love. They must now keep their love a secret from their family and everyone that they know. Jesus Christ. I wonder if it's good. Whatever. Fan service doesn't mean ecchi content. Pantsu shot. You know what? This is cringe. This is cringe. Panty shots used to be common in every anime, and now they only show up in dedicated Ichi series. Yeah, bro, exactly. Anime back then, bro. Anime back then spawned the likes of Studio Gainax, and we all know everything about Studio Gainax. Unfortunate what it is now. I think it's like a scam studio, I think. Regardless, Studio Gainax was the ultimate culmination of the Gooner anime. Let's see. Gooner anime aesthetic. Okay. And you know what? Like, if you don't even, no one better come at me about Studio Gainax being pure Gooner material, because they absolutely admit it themselves. Let's see. Rise and Fall of Gainax. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, these are cool too. $1993? Was it 1993? Let's see.
On the 22nd of August, 1981, 1,200 maniacs filed through the doors of the Morinomiya Piloti Hall in the heart of Osaka's Chuo Ward for the 20th Annual Japanese Science Fiction Convention, better known to posterity as Daikon 3. The convention was, in many ways, easily recognizable to anyone who's ever attended an American science fiction or anime convention. A dealer's room.
We love
Little girl watches as a spaceship carrying the science patrol from the tokusatsu classic Ultraman lands nearby. The aliens approach the girl, requesting that she delivers a glass of water to Daikon. This seems like a straightforward task. However, the girl is stopped in her tracks by a dragon, who out of nowhere summons a powered suit from Starship Troopers. The two begin to battle, a battle that grows ever more insane as time goes on, with cameos from what seems like professional work. Beyond the origins of this group of artists can largely be traced to the actions of one man, Yasuhiro Club. It was, by all accounts, nothing more than an informal group of guys who met regularly at the Sunset Inn near campus. But Takeda didn't care. Here at last was a group of people who were just as passionate, if not more so, about the subject as he was, and from here on in his attendance at club meetings began to rival, or even overtake, his attendance at his actual classes. One of Takeda's senpais in the sci-fi club was a man. It was through his role as the head of the Confederation that Takeda came to read after his third day of classes.
That is so interesting. But that's not the point. Anyways, panty shots is because anime definitely was for a specific type of person back then. And again, the development of Studio Gainax is absolutely proof, because they weren't like an offshoot of another. They weren't an offshoot of Studio Sunrise or anything. So this is just this just shows like how degenerate anime is. And I just see, I don't know if I'm a tourist for thinking that like it's nice that Disney is making anime. Like Disney made the Star Wars anime. Like I don't know if I'm a tourist for saying that, because quite frankly, anime needs to have their reputation mended. Okay. I like Shada Khan MILF Dojins. That is little guy, big woman. Actually, you know what? I'm so sorry. So I actually didn't want to get to this yet. So the Shotacon big woman thing. He has a... So since the event that we're going to be talking about... Here. He's had this thing about like big women. He's had quite a few posts actually. Regardless, it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. All that to say that he does not think well of himself. I like Giantess Vor and other sized content. I'm not a fan of the NTR tag, but if what's the NTR? Okay, NTR means Nitore. With themes of betrayal, infidelity, cheating, where a protagonist's romantic partner is stolen or seduced by another person. It translates to having one's partner taken away. Jesus, bro. Jesus, he really didn't see that coming. You can disagree with someone and still be friends. Looking up skirt of a new anime figure is a mandator. I ship Denji Makima. It's Chainsaw Man, I think, right? Met my fiance through dating apps, and she's a Guna. Hell yeah, baby, come on. She's a hardcore Fujoshi. No, I do not know what the Fu is. A term for female fans of anime focus on Yahweh, gay. Our first conversation was about Toji. Was this? I don't. That could be my hero. I think she's a better competitive gamer than me at shooters. My favorite game of all time is Dark Souls 3, followed by Halo 3. I named my three dogs Holo, Casca, and Lele. I mean, it could. Oh, that's So Hollow is from Wolf and Spice, or what is it? Spice and Wolf. Casca. I mean, come on, we know Casca. We know why he chose Casca. And who's Lele? Oh, Elfin Lee. Did I get that right? Come on. No. So there's this there's this game where you can yandere. So Lele is a yandere who is violently obsessed with her brother. Okay. Now I wonder, did he mention Casca because she was assaulted by Griffith? Bro, that's wild. Listen, I haven't gotten too far in the Berserk manga. I think I've gotten past... I actually don't know how far I got. I haven't read it in years. Anyways, they kind of like started downplaying Casca when I stopped reading. Look at that, bro. That's sick. That's a sick figure. Anyways, Casca gets like assaulted like 3 times. Pretty brutally, sorry. I don't know. That's like, I don't know what you could really like about Casca, because one of her main roles is just being assaulted. She's like a MacGuffin for guts. My favorite RPG Maker games are Shrink High and Minimum Project. I have 2 terabytes of Skyrim mods, and most of them are NSFW. Okay, I get that. Like, Skyrim is the perfect sandbox game. So, if you're gonna do that, pineapple and sardines on pizza, too salty. I eat raw onions. I eat raw garlic. I am problematic and unfiltered. A true man of culture. That's funny. Damn. Huh. The China's 4 things always takes me out. Unfollow pizza. Is no one gonna talk about the Goonerette thing? Come on, bro. Okay. Okay, that's funny. That's good stuff. Okay. Anyways, we know what this guy's about. Where were we? Yes. Yes, so I got a little into that. Okay, let's see. So this is Hasan. Hasan Piker is Hasan Piker.
He said he was moving down here in a few months. And he
yeah, to f your wife, bro. Hey, yo. ChibiReviews is apparently one of my ops. I didn't even know that he was one of my ops, but apparently he's been tweeting about me quite a bit. Hasan, you platform terrorist, and shocked your dog. If you hate America so much, why do you live here? Is a shock to nobody. Hasan is upset that a dictator was removed from power. Same dude that shocked his dog. Of course, Hasan would defend fraud. We also saw the video where there were no kids at all. But if you want to get a better understanding of his worldview, here it is. Been a while since I made a filter post to get people to block me, so let's see how many I lose today. Fictional incest is hot. Lollies are a body type. Drawings aren't real. If you think fiction is real, you're a schizo. You can say the R word. I'm an R word. I have a speech impairment. Follow policing is R word is just virtue signaling. Anime isn't inherently political. Manga isn't inherently political. You're not a racist if you dislike to talk about politics. Well, I mean, he is. Also, he does talk about politics. Kiss X Sis is great, but Akisora is just as good. Fan service doesn't mean just Eki content. I don't know what half of these words mean. You can do, bro, this is like a whole different language. Is this how people respond to me when I start talking about like mogging and like True Adam and Ascension and stuff? Basically, what happened is this guy got cucked. And the only reason why we know he got cucked is because he came out with a video openly revealing that he got cucked. And of course, because he's been a horrible, monstrous piece of shit.
Is this creep saying 90% of society's problems can be solved by parents doing their fucking job? Sorry for swearing. I wasn't expecting to swear, sorry. And actually raising their kids. Very wise words. Sadly, most of society now has to suffer immense censorship and restrictions of freedoms because parents are lazy and refuse to do their jobs. Okay, so I know what he's saying. He's saying that if parents were a little bit better, degenerates wouldn't be going into degenerate stuff like Lollipop. But like now he's saying that like wouldn't your parents be doing a bad job if you're going on the internet touting about how much you like underage drawings? Listen, I'm so sorry. I really don't care. I really don't care about this guy. This guy is a inoffensive loser who just had his life ruined. My energy is just because like I'm engaged.
On the timeline, everyone's been dunking on him. Let's see. Let's just see what he said.
I'm making this video as more of a statement to myself. This video is for me. To put all my thoughts together and just work things out in my own way. Because one of the ways I've always
see, the issue is like you can work it out by recording a note to yourself, but like posting online, who's this for, bro? Who is this for? Because no one needs to know, quite frankly. It's not going to help the girlfriend who cheated. It's not going to help the friend who cheated on. And it's not going to help you. I don't know who this is for. Do not send it out. Come on.
gotten through trauma and hardships in my life, especially in these last years, is to just focus on work, to make videos.
I think it's really funny to try and do a serious video with like that in the background, by the way. Freeran community never gonna live this down. Oh, I heard that he also was like, Freeran is racist and it's awesome. Like he's one of those guys, right?
So, you all saw the post. You all have seen... You've seen what I've said in the last 24... how many hours? I don't know. I'm just gonna give you a full rundown of just everything that happened.
Why, bro?
Maybe I'm oversharing. This will be used against me to mock me or what.
I want to say something, by the way. It's awesome that he did this. Like, I don't even know if it's real or not. I feel like he could just be lying for attention. But the very fact that it gave people so much joy, like in my mind, in the most charitable interpretation, he like became a villain just so he could ritualistically humiliate himself like this in public, so that we could all have a moment of victory, like just a W. I didn't even know who the f this guy was, and I felt funny. Like I felt a disturbance in the force. I felt good for no reason. You know what I mean? Awesome. Cuck lives matter. Sure.
Whatever. On the 11th of February, I discover my fiancé cheating on me with my best friend of 10 years. I confronted her about this, and she apologized. And I, being with her already for multiple years, and then finding out my best friend.
Hey, so I just realized that I was doing everything with the full face screen on. So here is the tweet that he was talking about. Most of the stuff I looked at off the screen anyway, so you didn't really miss anything. But yeah, this is just people who are like memeing about the pizza. Makima. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry about that.
So much betrayal. So what I decided to do is just I grabbed my keys. I went driving. I went to the liquor store.
Why is he doing this, bro?
I bought alcohol.
Forget everything, okay? Forget everything. Forget the loving of little kids. Forget the whole vague posting about censorship that we were talking about 10 years ago. Forget the possible racism. Forget the everything else. Forget it all. Why would you post this, bro? It's just not optimal.
That was the same alcohol. The last alcohol. That I drank with my brother.
Damn.
And then I drove into the middle of nowhere, near water, and I drank, and drank. Just sitting there drinking. And I was inches from death.
You know what? I did share something. I'm not going to share it here. But I was actually kind of scared that I shared it. It was some giant lady sitting on the... It was some giant lady sitting on the World Trade Center. I don't know what building. There was only one building. And then crushing it. So I'm glad because it got a little extra near the end. So, God.
And then suddenly, a police officer shows up. Don't know how I was found. But he shows up. And he saved me at the last moment. He did. And I come to find out.
Oh my God, Hasan's jetsing
it was
ACAB.
Nicholas Light that was the one that apparently called a wellness check on me, and he saved my life. He saved my life.
This type of stuff doesn't make sense. Like, how if he drove in the middle of nowhere, why was he trying to kill himself by like drinking and then what, like driving? Why didn't he get arrested? I feel like the story is bullshit. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I want to believe it in my head canon because like it's really funny, but I guess he was gonna like drive it into the water or something, but that's like the worst way to try to kill yourself. I feel like we have a general idea of who his fiance was. It's real low.
Bro, could you imagine drowning? Drowning would be like such a horrible death because you'd have to like suffocate for so long before you get like knocked out, before you pass out from lack of oxygen or so much pressure of water. I think like water and like being burnt to death would suck. It would suck quite a bit.
Lol, he apparently met her when she had just turned 18. He was 2018 by then.
Anyways, the officer escorted me to the hospital. I got discharged earlier this morning. And I was so hurt.
When was this? You didn't get help on mental health?
I was so hurt. But
this car get towed? That sucks.
I'm gonna give full context. So, I'm getting messaged somehow. Nicholas Light has my number. He saved me. It's fine. And then Tectone, apparently, he gives me a call as well. And
Tectone! Rape tone?
Damn.
Hey, yo! That's crazy.
Hasan.
Is this like the League of Felix and file adjacent villains? Like, what the f is going on? It's like the Avengers, dude. Oh my lord. The Avengers, you know what I mean? Like varying degrees of sex pest behavior. You know, one of them's the pedo, one of them's the lolicon, one of them's the domestic violence pissed, one of them's the generational pissed. That's crazy. The Legion of Groom.
they're worried about me. And so many others reached out that I didn't. Thank you. I do. Just oh. Anyways, I get picked up, and I'm going home. Like,
I feel like I've seen this
I'm free to go. Everything's fine. And I knew I had to tackle the elephant in the room. I had to go home and more or less, I confronted her about everything, trying to talk.
This is his fiance.
L.
She left.
Oh, the ring!
She left?
I'm not a perfect person. I make mistakes. I know. I piss people off. I annoy them.
She left.
She left him.
But anyways, after she left.
That ring sucks, by the way.
It can't get worse.
For how many views he gets?
It still
Did
gets,
anyone probably
it gets worse? Why is there 9 more minutes? How could this get worse? Your fiance is getting her cheeks clapped. You go up, you're like, hey, I tried to commit suicide. She goes, peace, I'm out. That's crazy.
I wanted to confide in someone. Not really. I go to my gaming friend group that I've known just as long as my best friend that my
this guy should have got her a better
my fiance
name, bro.
cheated with. I talked with them, and they straight up, they admit to me they don't care, basically, what my used-to-be best friend did. They prefer gaming with him, and I thought these guys were my friends, like I did. And they, more or less, they just cared about gaming with him, and they didn't care about everything. They're completely okay with everything. And so...
You ain't your fiance, she's your homie's fiance?
Damn.
Oh my god. Brother, why would he reveal this information?
Damn. So he got
his
ditched.
girlfriend cheated on him.
Bro, he got ditched too. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not surprised that they might not take his side, because these don't sound like the best people. If they're anything like him, I don't know. I don't know if they're the best people. Regardless, sorry for yawning. He was kicked out of the gaming group
with his best friend. His whole friend group sided with the dude she cheated with, and they told him they knew and didn't care that he did. I cannot believe that she got the friends in the divorce, dude. That's crazy.
I lost my whole friend group.
That's crazy,
my best friend.
Bro.
I basically called her brother. There was moments where he was hurting years ago with COVID. And I gave him money for he could have bills paid and his family wouldn't have to worry.
The Nicholas Light guy he mentioned, by the way, replying to Rape Tone, it's lolly time. Gonna be fun and controversial.
Damn. And you know what? So, like, I don't know who Tectone is, right? I just learned about Tectone when the news of his dad came out. But it turns out he's a Genshin Impact player. Come on, bro. Come on. That's light work. That's crazy. This is Nicholas light work.
I cared for him. He said he was moving down here in a few months. And he...
Yeah, to your wife, bro. Hey, yo.
Crazy.
He's like, bro, I heard she's a great time. That's why I'm moving down there. So sorry. Don't know how to explain this to you, but I'm here to be with your fiance.
I now know why. He wanted to. What I will say.
It's crazy.
I lost a lot. I lost a lot.
1 week ago, he was flexing her too.
Bro.
Oh my God, I'm not single, you troglodyte. Here's her ring to prove it. I mean, what? I mean,
like,
I don't know.
Like, you couldn't have worse timing. And, oh, damn, do I have it up still? Damn. That prior thing, bro. I mean, come on. We were just looking at it. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. He's bragging. He's absolutely bragging here. Look, okay, let's look. My fiance is a goonette. She's hardcore into reading anime porn. Now listen, I don't know what this best friend looks like, but if he has a hint of a muscle, you know, like that might be a bicep, that's gonna be closer to her anime, or mangas or whatever she's doing. She's not gonna be watching two men embrace each other looking like this guy.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. It's crazy.
It's such bad timing.
Chatters want to know who this guy is. Actually, some races are just evil, and if you let them appeal to your empathy, they will destroy you. How did Fearing get away with this? God, it must feel good to see your haters you don't even know about blowing up their own spot every day. I mean, this one is like a community meme for more so than me, because like I have so many like unhinged pedophilic haters that this one I didn't even know about. It hasn't even been a week since he posted this, and the entire time she was getting stuffed like a turkey behind his back. Dog, this can't be real. Dude, it's crazy. He was like a real timeline villain. The amount of celebrations I've seen all up and down the
Yo, again, so I started this video going like, oh, this is crazy. They're being so mean. And now what? What do we see? We see this guy here. I can't even. Is there a way to like? Okay. Let me just duplicate some of these, okay? Because I can't. Bro, this guy has so many inappropriate things. Let's just say that so many I don't believe this. I don't believe this guy, quite frankly. I think this guy's a little bit of a fibber. Okay. Like it's all naked, half naked. Ah, ding, ding, ding. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring 3 just to show how much of a chud he is. Okay, so change username, something totally unrelated, revelation law. The fact that this got community noted is wild. You might be a conspiracy theorist, but it's like a mass cover up. I don't know what I was looking for there. I'm sorry. Oh, here. Democrats are expressing concerns and fears that body cams could be ICE's new mass surveillance tool and could infringe on the privacy rights of protesters. Anyone that doesn't want to have mandatory body cams is operating in bad faith. It protects everyone to see the full context. Full context, yeah. If you're against it, you're upset you can't control the narrative. Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, if it wasn't for the body cams, then we wouldn't, or if it wasn't for the multiple reporting, we wouldn't even know about Renee Good. We wouldn't even know about Alex Preddy. Alex Preddy, bam. Sorry. I just want to see if there's something else here. Because we got this here. Discord will now age restrict multiple features for users starting next month. You have to face scan digital ID. Discord announced on Monday that it's rolling out age verification on its platform globally starting next month, when it will automatically set all user accounts to teen-appropriate experiences unless they have demonstrated that they're adults. I guess he's not fear mongering. I'll give him that. Okay, wait. Wow, I'm doing a really bad job. I could have swore like I was just seeing some crazy. Okay. Damn. Maybe he's actually like not that bad. Maybe it's just all the Gooner stuff that has me going. Ah, okay. I guess he had to wait till his girl was gone to do these. All right. Okay. Anyways. Here's what we got. Just a couple more. The harsh reality that not many will accept is that if Discord goes through the age verification, their user base doesn't significantly drop, it will start a domino effect where every other app and site will be doing the same. Okay. And censorship laws have now reached a point of targeting basically everything now on the internet. It's escalating, get worse day by day. It's getting worse with evidence to back it up. Please spread the video. And then we saw that thing about the UK and that manga company. Breaking news, the politicians that called anime fans pedos had their entire party lose the election in Japan. After all the tourists shitting on the private property, vandalizing historical spots, terrorizing Japanese citizens, and immigration issues, it's a no-brainer they hard shifted right. Anyways, it's not that important. But he's one of these chuds online.
Timeline is crazy. Kick streamer Asmongold says he supports alleged pedophile and lolly lover Chibi reviews in his recent stream. I support the guy. I feel bad.
Community don't even care about it, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep playing with this guy anyway. It doesn't even matter. So basically, this guy like lost everything in his life. It's pretty bad. Like it is. It's really sad. Like Chibi's been, he's been in my stream many times, right? He's a nice guy. I like the guy.
Damn.
And like in my opinion, I would never say this publicly, right? I mean, I never would. Like I think he talks about too much of this stuff publicly, right?
Yeah,
because I think it eggs people on to harass him. But I do totally support him. I feel really bad for the guy, I'll be honest. All of his
with, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Someone posted hashtag happy Valentine's Day to me and my bae.
I didn't just like lose Fiancé. I lost my whole social circle, basically just gone. What really hurts, best friend of 10 years, he knew everything.
That would hurt.
He
more
knew
than the Fiancé.
my life story. I thought he had my back. He was there for me with the times of being harassed, and I viewed him like a brother.
Oof. Oof.
That's crazy, bro.
He does that.
Yeah, he had her back, all right. He had her back. Ah, not yours. Her back. Chibi, I don't care if she's a preschooler. She's not real. His best friend in the living room. Like, these are people who hate me that are dunking on him too. You know what I mean? Like, this person has blocked me, so I assume he probably doesn't have the best opinion on me. But hey, we can all celebrate it. That's my, like, this is a universal dub. 60K likes. Chibi reviews mock the 17-year-old suicide. Sides with ICE. Supports Trump. He's friends with racists. Supports rape tone. Is a lolicop file. Supports incest. Okay. He will be getting fried. Oh, because this person,
I couldn't find it on the timeline. I'm sorry, but yes.
Person said a man nearly took his own life, and this is how you respond: absolute scum. And apparently, this guy also found out about like what he was saying and doing, and he was like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know he was like that." You forgot to mention the scam. Honestly, the people who donated him deserve to get scammed. Yeah, I defended a file, but you were mean, and that's worse. I didn't realize Chibi Reviews is this hated. I mean, I didn't realize who Chibi Reviews was. I just learned about this guy foray into this was when I found out about people dunking on this guy, and I just instantly assumed that this guy probably is a hater. Cause like the way when everybody was making fun of him, I'm like, oh, this guy's got to be like a bad guy. And virtually every villain on the internet has at some point gotten their licks in, right? Just like his fiance was getting her licks in, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I saw this one already. I started off with this one. Chibi Reviews. Nezuko is lolly of the week. His fiance with his homeboy. According to an unsubstantiated claim I saw on Twitter, it's possible she called him while doing the deed with someone else. No. He scammed his audience through a fundraising campaign for a lawsuit that reportedly never materialized. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I'll be honest, because he's a piece of shit and so are his fans. So if he's like scamming other, it's like Grums.
It was a lawsuit. Chibi review lawsuit page. Now, he wanted to sue someone. Was it Kickstarter? Kickstarter page. He wanted to sue someone. This is it. Okay, let's see. Give Send Go. Do we got a picture here? Perfect. Give, send, go. Since raising over 16K, has provided no updates on his campaign in 7 months and is blocking people who mention it. Ooh, ooh, that's a little gauche. Okay. Reached out to the party, accused him of threatening. Accused him. I've also never heard of people donate. That subsection of the anime community should genuinely be studied in how they manage become the most dumb and reactionary online community of all time. Gamers, remember, gamers are like this. This is absolutely gamer mentality. Sonic does not have a bad fan base. Added context, this campaign was started to raise funds for a lawsuit against Twitter users who allegedly harassed him and doxed him. That was it. Let's do this. Anyways, we'll look at that after. Anyways, yeah. So it was a scam to sue the people who doxed his address, and I read in a comment, I'm not too sure, did ChibiReviews actually post his address by mistake when he was fundraising? To the comments. Okay. Anyways.
Like, Grums is a scammer too.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is one of the hardest moments for me in my entire life. But like I said, I've told you guys many times, if you've watched my content, one of the only joys in my life I've had over the years is making content. Talking about it what I love. It is the one thing that's never caused me problems. I did lose
everything, bro. Everything.
So much. He was sending her nudes.
No. And why are you revealing this information? I mean, thank you for doing that. I wish all of my ops a similar fate. It's so awesome.
No.
Why?
No, come on.
Why is he doing this public humiliation ritual? What the is he actually like getting off on this?
I think he is.
Wait, what? The cuck? The cock? Bro, why are you even covering this? Man.
So he mentioned in that big write-up that he did that he likes giant mommy vor. So here's a picture that he has. And then she asks you out on a date. Oh, that's a GIF. You want to activate it. Like, this guy has a thing. Okay, this guy has a thing for like big women. He likes very powerful women who are doing all the work for him. Very interesting. Very interesting. The cuckoldry did not come out of nowhere.
I'm pretty hurt, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's gonna happen or anything.
He has no one to tell because all of his friends left.
I have no idea. However, I'm making this video to try, to some degree, to cement my thoughts in stone, to be able to process them in my own way, to be able to try to move past this just nightmarish.
ChibiReviews is just anime Charlie Kirk is true. Is so true. And they're Kirkifying him before he died. Worrying about people coming into your country more than people coming into your fiance.
That's hilarious.
Oh, yes. Seeing how happy. Oh, so there's also this. He released another, like, I'm not owned post after all this.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what I will do. There's two ways. Either A, I don't make videos for a while.
Oh.
Or I just make videos and I try to black hole.
Yeah. He's already
just black hole everything. And
that's what they were calling your fiance. Oh my God! Oh! Oh!
Just keep moving and we'll see. What I will say though, I thank everyone that's been supportive.
Shouts out the Rape Tone and the Lolicon Avengers.
To those out there, you know who you are. You have been more supportive than I could have ever imagined, though.
Come on.
Yeah, bro, they're supportive because next time you get another fiance, they're gonna go dick deep in her too. God damn, dude.
Bro, I look like Chibi.
I know.
Don't I?
I'm just, like I said, I'll leave it at that.
My girl.
Yeah, I saw this one. Chibi did all that rent a girlfriend while his best friend was renting his girlfriend. Oh God, that's so awesome. Oh my God.
What a year. I don't know how this is worse than anything I've dealt with. I can deal with being harassed online and stuff. I've grown numb to that.
I don't know why you would give
triple whammy
so that you could
of just everything, and then
more harassed.
The betrayals. I might seek therapy.
Nah.
Or something. I don't know.
Nah, don't do it.
But for now, I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry for worrying everybody. I'm still alive, thanks to the efforts of a few individuals I'm shocked about. I do love you guys. I love you, my community. I do.
So incels found out about this. Date a girl from church, get cheated on. Find a girl from one of the apps, get cheated on. Find a girl on Twitter, get cheated on. Stay with a girl through cancer, get cheated on. Find a weirdo who...
Tens. The cancer one. Find a girl on Twitter. Don't know that one. App. This one. Church. Don't know. Find a weirdo. Weird 6 who shares your own hobbies, get cheated on. Oh, are these all the same? Are these all
Weirdo 6 who shares your own hobbies, get cheated on. Like it or not, you are ChibiReviews. 17,000 likes. When I see stuff like this, I do realize like why Asmongold has a fan base, why Tectone, Rape Tone has a fan base. There are a lot of pathetic people out there, especially online, who like kind of revel in this, who just kind of wallow in their own sadness all the fucking time.
Bro, and they post about it and they spread it. Like right now, here, we just watched ChibiReview spill out all of this unnecessary drama that is eventually going to come back to him, and he's going to be marked as the Scarlet Sea for how long? A couple of years, right? Destiny was marked as one, and he was in an open relationship, and they still marked him as one. And now you have a guy who would actually be offended by it. He's very hurt at the idea right now. And I don't know. I think he did a really dumb play. I think it's crazy. I think he's also using himself as a platform to make more incels believe in what they're already believing.
Makes sense. Yesterday he came out after everybody was clowning on him for almost killing himself and for being a giant piece of shit. And he doubled down on being a giant piece of shit. Seeing how happy it would make my haters if I died, I live out of spite. Dude, this is so funny. It's like what is this? What, like, he thinks he's in an anime for real, bro. After all this he comes out with this, like, seeing how happy it would make my haters if I died, I live out of spite. Also, seeing what I've seen today, I'm gonna double down too out of spite. Before I go any further, to those that reached out, I promise to respond and go through it all later. I noticed a lot of pattern recognition from certain groups too today. What groups? Anti-file groups? Is that what you recognize? Meanwhile, the only pattern your fiance was recognizing was the fucking veins on your best friend's cock. Oh!
Damn. I would say the only pattern that she was feeling was the rhythm motion.
Sorry.
Rhythm method.
Always the party of acceptance, people. Multiple flags are a big indication too.
Bro.
Certain usage of gifts as well. Animals pretend to be human with subpar intelligence. I'm also pro.
Damn. Come on, bro. Come on.
Hey guys, I know a lot of you are clowning on me for being a giant piece of shit and a hate monger.
How are you supposed to get people out of your country if you can't even get your best friend out of your girl?
But guess what? I'm even worse than you thought. It's like, nah, we assume that. I'm also pro-ICE, and I think illegal immigrants should not be in my country.
Bro, I think you need to get your priorities straight. If you're worried about illegal immigrants, bro, this is what it almost seems like when people talk about illegal immigrants. It's almost like it's this guy here. It's like, bro, you live in Minnesota, there's no illegal immigrants, and you just got cucked, and then you just told the story to everyone online. Like, come on, bro. You got bigger priorities than Juan Carlos.
Yeah. I, however, do not think they are perfect. If you hate me and want me dead for that stance, that won't change my mind.
Whoa.
Now, feel free to spaz out in my comments below and call me a racist, a cuck, a loser, or whatever a common sense takes. All your interactions have made me tremendous amounts of money and spreading my name around. So hope that piss.
ICE is out of Minnesota. Bovino, humiliated. Not Lutz. Tom Homan, out of there. DHS head, Kristi Noem, humiliated. Like, come on. ICE took a massive L.
Pisses you all off so much. With that, I bid farewell for tonight. Yeah, that's why someone was saying he's worried about immigrants coming inside the country. And meanwhile, he should be worried about his best friend coming inside his fiance.
Damn.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. His fan base is fighting back.
Oh, come on. Not a
Someone drew this? Like, sincerely, someone was like, Mein Fuhrer.
Bro. And why would Hitler be in front of the American flag?
How do I continue on like this? They're making fun of me, and I have no one left. Do not worry, mein little Jacob. It will all be over soon. Just follow mein lead, mein child. Yeah, he did the listen up, liberal, I'm a cuck, but unironically, which is awesome. I think this is great. Update, going to the gym, seeking therapy, and fighting to obtain my ultimate goal of happiness. Also, never bend the knee to anyone. It's easy to do, but never bend the knee no matter what you face in life. Yo, girl, bent both
That is
knees.
so funny. That is so funny. I can't.
Oh, it's so great. What a funny day, man. It is kind of funny to me that, like, his biggest ops were the people closest to him this entire time. And in the most predictable, like, conservative chud fashion, he's like, by the way, I hate immigrants. Bro, an undocumented migrant did not f your wife. Your best friend did. Your best friend of 10 years did. And you're still like, oh, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. I'm being extra hateful. First of all, woke is back. I do want to point that out one more time. Woke is without a shred of doubt back. Okay, this is like the reverberations of woke 2 that you don't even expect, right? Like, there's like gifs every day. Every other day, there's another one of these like right-wing chud losers being outed, getting taken down a peg. I cannot believe he revealed this video. Like, it's so crazy.
I don't care about
the Sneeko ChibiReviews chair. We are ChibiReviews. We carry the flame.
We carry the flame. My fiance's with another dude, moaning his name.
That's awesome. Thank you for this.
Okay, that's great. Okay. Let's see. Snob.
Wholesome slice of life videos about a healthy social.
Snob, don't meant to be rude, but have you been looking at the engagement for these type of videos in the past 24 hours? No offense, but no one gives a damn about your vlogs from 5-10 years ago. What's the point of re-uploading this? It certainly isn't going to help with the algorithm. If anything, I think the YouTube algorithm hates when channels spam videos that have no views. I always knew that you were lazy and didn't put much effort into your videos, but this is next level, completely pointless.
A life of a good person like me, I'm gonna give you the sweet internet drama of a lol cow. Since that is the only thing that makes views anymore, it's not the healthy lives of good people, it's the shitty drama of lol cow.
So like if you remember, this is the guy who was terrorizing everyone back in 2016.
And the lol cow in question is the child that is 30 years old, ChibiReviews. Yes, the same one who is defending uncensored lolly porn for over a decade. Because that is how he makes money from—
I wanna die? Deleted the post with my hospital armband. To clarify, I'm totally fine and was discharged this morning from the hospital. I had a mental break and I did almost die last night, but I was saved the last moment. Honestly, I don't want to elaborate too much further on it if I can help. Just lost my fiance, best friend, and my entire friend group in 24 hours. I've never been more alone than right now. Okay, so that cop thing only happened for one night, eh? That's weird. I would imagine that he'd be in there for a lot.
From the degenerates. Thousands of healthy people were constantly telling him to stop normalizing pedophilia, and he never stopped because he did nothing wrong. He can separate fiction from reality, and we should all blame anyone who doesn't like naked lollies. The result of which was him sitting on his cock chair, posting degenerate clips all day on Twitter, and squeezing his balls so he can climax with the $16,000 he took from his degenerate friends for a lawsuit he never made, while right behind him his air quotes wife was giving his best friend a blowjob. Isn't that funny? The lol cow who was brigading lolly porn and claiming he can tell fiction from reality could not see his air quotes wife cheating on him with his best friend for over a year. Wow. In his shameless mind, squeezing his balls all day while making money out of degenerate anime clips was somehow a healthy life of a married couple. It's those who don't do such things that are sick in the mind, because they can't tell fiction from reality, right? Now, jokes aside, what kind of a wife do you think someone like Chibi could possibly find? He's a gooner. What kind of a woman could possibly pretend to love such a person? And what kind of friends do you think such a person can have when all they do is goon all day? His previous girlfriend tried to choke him to death while he was driving, and he eventually smacked her in the head with a shovel. Then she ran away to sell nudes of herself for money. There is no shame or love among such people. They are all black holes of negativity who destroy each other. They are proud about being shameless. They don't really care about anyone. They just constantly lie so they can scam money. Chibi scammed Patreon money for shoutouts he never did, he scammed the lawsuit money he never made, and he always plays the victim card as if he's not responsible for all the shit that keeps happening to him. Oh, I know how to separate fiction from reality. My shameless mind is clear. It's you who is sick in the mind for thinking I'm doing something wrong. Well then, little innocent Chibi, I hope your cock chair is comfortable enough, because you will be sitting on it for the rest of your life. You'll be walking the street and people will be pointing at your big antlers. Hey, look, it's the guy who's supporting Lolipops and scams money and got cocked by his wife and his best friend. But it's okay because he knows how to separate fiction from reality. And you can bet your sweet ass he's just gonna play the victim card and beg for money as he always does. He already mentioned how depressed he was, like his brother, and how close he is to unlive himself, like his brother. You're accusing me of making fun of his suffering when it's suffering he inflicts upon himself to profit from it. This necromonger can talk for 5 minutes without mentioning his brother who unlived himself, so he can make you feel sad and open your wallet. You think I'm gonna feel sorry for that? after he sent his goons to terminate my channel because I exposed him of what he's doing? Well, I'm not, because he's a porn addict who defends pedophilia, scams money from degenerates, constantly brings up his dead brother for pity points, and now sits on the cock chair because that is the kind of wife and best friend he chose to have with his shameless attitude and perfectly healthy mind. It's the rest of us who are crazy because we tell him what he's doing is wrong. Well then, enjoy your shameless antlers, Chibi, and make sure to cry on screen as you mention your brother while squeezing your balls. Me? I'm just gonna be farming views with the drama you're causing to yourself.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. That was... Wow. That was succinct. That was so clear. That was the most impressive... That was the most impressive script writing I've ever seen. Bro, that was so good. Oh my god. It went through the scams. Did he choke that lady I knew from high school? Is it... Bro, oh my god, bro. Honestly, wow. What a great video. What a great... I gotta...
Gunnar, what kind of a woman could possibly pretend to love such...
Bro, honestly, like... The idea that he acts the way he does online and then a woman's gonna respect him? He doesn't respect women.
Please, the result of which was him sitting on his cock chair, posting degenerate clips all day on Twitter.
And this is something you're gonna see, like, these porn addicts want to watch it, right? I'm not saying that he wanted to watch it, but... Bro, that's crazy. That's such a good video. You did a really good job, Anime Snob. Wow. Wow. I take back everything I said.
YouTuber ChibiReviews was an abuser and cheater according to his ex-girlfriend. Who is ChibiReviews? Controversy surrounding anime YouTuber explored, and they definitely try to paint me as quite the character by saying I'm an abuser and cheater, kind of negating everything that's been going on with the doxing and harassing. They try to label me as a right-wing extremist, basically, with this article. This article basically does the exact same thing as that article.
Whoa.
And I hate that I
Back
have
it
to
up,
make
back it
the,
up, back it
try
up.
to label me as a right-wing extremist, basically, with this article. This article basically does the exact same thing as that article. And I hate that I have to make this video to address this, because I have a lot of evidence to counter everything that's being said here to smear my name once again. But my hand's been forced. It's ironic enough that my ex actually told me not to make the relationship public. She told me in text messages, which I will show. But it's crazy that she couldn't even take her own advice. She labels me as an abuser. She labels me as someone... October, November.
Hey, liar. Sam, you emotionally, mentally, and physically abused me. Stop trying to take the moral hue ground. You really don't see why I refrained from telling you I played Elden Ring when you argued with me for 2 hours doing solo content. This argument right here is a good example of what I'm talking about. Jacob, your actions are the reason I get upset with you. Stop acting like some victim because I call you out on your lies and bullshit, and then you brew. Brush aside all of the emotional and mental abuse towards me. And as for the instance in the car, I was trying to run away from you because you were having a relationship with another girl, and when I was talking to you about my SA, we got into your car, and I said, do you know what it feels like when for someone to come at you like this? And put my hands around your neck to demonstrate. I was not physically assaulting you. I was demonstrating how my attacker took me down. I never physically abused you, Jacob. Bruh. Oh my god, bro. I gotta take a screenshot of that. Jesus. What is with these people, you know? Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's see what
2022. Been over 2 years. To give context here, she calls me a liar because I was playing Elden Ring by myself. I know that's childish. It's crazy, I know. But basically, there's sections in Elden Ring that are solo. This was prior to seamless co-op being added, okay? And basically, I played sections of Elden Ring solo because you have to. That's just how it is. You can't get co-op in some areas. Once again, prior to the mod of seamless co-op. I didn't tell her about it because she always needs to know every single thing I'm doing and gets frustrated if I want to do anything on my own. And I was very anticipating and hyped up for Elden Ring for years, basically. I think everybody was. I mean, it was Game of the Year. Anyways, she gets into an argument with me saying, Jacob, your actions are the reason I get upset with you. Stop acting like some victim because I call you out on your lies and bullshit, and then you brush aside all the emotional and mental abuse towards me. And as for the instance in the car, I was trying to run away from you because you were having relationships with another girl, and when I was talking to you about how my attacker took me down, I never physically abused you. I never physically abused you, Jacob. The reason I apologize for that is because I realized that you did know how that you did not know how that feeling, I'm assuming she's meant, you did not know how that feeling felt when someone attacks you. Not because I was attacking you, but because you did understand how it feels. And I still apologize for that interaction, but I was not physically abusing you. You want to say emotional or mental abuse, then sure, I have said very mean things, but I never caused you any physical harm. You have literally dropped a shovel on my head, or a rake it was. Firstly, this is my response. Firstly...
What? He hit her with a rake? That wasn't a joke?
It fell on you because when you sat down, to give context, I want to do it. Basically, in my front yard, there was a fire pit. And there was plastic chairs. We were raking leaves and digging a hole or whatever for a fire pit, and I forget if it was a shovel or rake. But basically, it was put on her chair. She sat down, and when she sat down, it caused the rake or shovel to shift, and then it bumped right in the head. I didn't do it, just literally it moved and hit her head. Obviously, I did what you're supposed to do. I comforted her. I was like, are you okay? Do I need to take you to the doctor? Do you have a concussion? All that type of stuff. But basically, she blamed me, saying, obviously, I hit her in the head with it. And you can see I refute that right here. He's like, and then she's like, you are right about the galaxies. I was stubborn about that. I apologize for that. This goes to show just how crazy and toxic the relationship was. The reason why galaxies are randomly being brought up here is that prior to this, like a few days later, or earlier, before all this went down, she was arguing with me about galaxies and how, like, one of the main galaxies are galaxies going around a supermassive black hole, basically. And she was saying, nah, it's not real, that's not true, or whatever, and I showed her articles, she didn't want to believe it. It was something along the lines of that, and then she argued with me and then ghosted me, basically, for days, and then it led to this situation right here. Once again, you can see how this person, Vigil right here, he made this post asking, what do I think they are? So I just answered, I have no idea if they're straight, you know, I have no idea if they're single, whatever, and I just did that. Because honestly, despite obviously the despicable stuff that my ex has done, and there's a lot more abuse that I'm going to talk about, because at this point I might as well, I didn't want no...
I don't care any. I'll watch this on my personal time. This is... Oh my god, bro.
Recently, YouTuber and avid Twitter user ChibiReviews has posted some wild and die, and Tectone replies, Chibi, you are the fucking man. Keep fighting. I appreciate the fuck out of you, bro.
If
and
I never hear about this guy again,
I would definitely
be happy.
want to die if this is who was supporting me.
Jeez.
Fuck off, Tone. Zatres, who says, you must continue to live out of spite to mog your haters. Then he made a post with himself in a hospital armband, but it was quickly deleted, and he followed up saying, deleted the post with my hospital armband. To clarify, I am fine and was discharged this morning from the hospital. I had a mental break and I did almost die last night, but I was saved at the last moment. Honestly, don't want to elaborate too much farther on it if I can help it. And Java replies, constantly mocks trans suicides. Lol. Lamau even. Atlas replies, there's a little thing called karma. Showing a post of someone screenshotting Chibi's posts, where this username Charlotte posted this view and Chibi quoted it saying, I really wish this post didn't enter my feed. The comments on this are a reminder of how evil people are on this site. TLDR, the poster is deceased. The poster is deceased and was only only 17. They clearly were a mentally unwell kid, and people are happy a kid is gone for political gotchas. They said some racist comments, and they did deserve to be called out for that. However, mocking the dead, especially a kid, is too far. Also, it appears they were trans as well. As I said above, they were clearly mentally unstable and needed help. And Happy Omi replies, karma is when you call the people who made fun of a trans woman's suicide evil. However, then we get the most viral tweets when Chibi tweets out, I just lost my fiance, my best friend, and my entire friend group in 24 hours. I have never been more alone than right now. And Nicholas Durio replies with this screenshot of a meme that says, I am a sad, lonely F-slur. Here's some embarrassing information about me. Please don't bully me with it. And Yomaki Ao says, kind of a raped response to a dude who almost killed himself, Nick. And Archer replies, almost killing yourself doesn't make you a good person.
Ooh,
and Nick
true.
replies, who cares? Tectone replies to Chibi by saying, praying for you, man. Don't give up. And Auntie Kathina says, Tectone can only be at praying distance thanks to the restraining order he has. Tommy Rocket says, you're a part of the reason why people are going after him. You're a vile person, and it saddens me that he ever defended you. Veratus Dominato replies to Chibi by saying, I'm really torn on this situation. On one hand, I don't generally wish bad things on people just because I dislike them. I also condemn universally online harassment, especially when it crosses over to real-life swatting and other such things. But on the other hand, you sided with Rape Tone after his case because you watched a video by an insanely biased lawyer, who barely, if at all, even knows what he's talking about in the first place, based out of an entirely different country because he's trying to avoid fines, who then docks the victim using court records that as a lawyer he knew he had an ethical duty not to expose that. He then streamed to thousands of viewers. You sided with ICE, not just once with Renee Good, but then again with Alex Preddy, with that second one being outright indefensible since he was both exercising his First and Second Amendment rights, never drew his firearm.
The first one was indefensible as well.
And was also executed after being disarmed. At bare minimum, it's a case of some form of manslaughter, and had little to no sympathy for them. So why the fuck should anyone have any for you? Just on principle? And this isn't even talking about the kind of president, policies, and other things and so on that you've also supported up until now, openly and seemingly with glee, even after the Epstein files. And even before the files dropped, he was already on record saying that he watched underage children changing in one of his pageants naked, not to mention his own guilt of being a And Night Kitten replies, I am highly skeptical that he didn't embellish this story. Police randomly finding him in the middle of nowhere, his friends being comically evil and saying they don't care if his best friend cheated. Receipts please, sir. And Macro Art replies, it wasn't random. Police were sent as a wellness check. I suspect his friends were friends with both him and the cheatee, and refused to pick a side when they weren't really a part of this, which is still scummy. And Night Kitten replies, still, receipts of literally anything would help. And Macro says, personally, I think expecting receipts for this is pretty out there. It's a very personal event, and he's not accusing anyone we know of anything. Plus, what does he stand to gain from lying? People that hate him will use this video against him for decades. And Night Kitten replies, well, he was just under heavy fire for the GoFundMe scam stuff, as well as a connection to Tectone. Being perceived as a victim gets...
This person is writing unnecessary narratives. Go write a book. Bro, Hasan.
Ridiculous. Corsawed tweets out this clip of Hasan reacting to the ChibiReviews video with the caption, Hasan Abi did not hold back on infamous person ChibiReviews after finding out that his fiancé cheated on him with his best friend and everyone turned on him, even the calling his critics animals with subpar intelligence and thanking them for the engagement that will give him.
Okay, I think we got everything we needed here. What a wild story, bro. What a wild story. Jesus. Damn. What a wild story. Incredible. What I don't even I don't even know what to say. Like if you were ChibiReviews' fiance, would you not cheat on him as well? Like, come on, this guy doesn't seem like an upstanding citizen. This guy seems like he revels in hate. Like, come on, bro. I mean, sorry it happened, and I'm sorry that, like, people swatted you, and I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I disavow violence. But come on, let's be honest. Like, bro, I'm glad it happened to you, okay? I'm glad it didn't happen to someone good. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If anyone got this far, oh my god, this video has been a real mess. There's just so much to like unpack here, and I'm not really out to do another video on ChibiReviews, so I want to make sure I got as much as I got in. Can you believe I knew those people from high school? Stupid. Okay, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and have a great one.